Hello, guests. It's Mary, and welcome to the third episode of The Eight. This episode, the ladies of the group investigate a number of quest leads and eventually run into a very important NPC. While Aaron was absent from this episode, the chaotic energy did not leave the group. So with that being said, take a seat and watch the chaos of Ladies' Night ensue.
Yeah, what is that? At level 4 and every 4th level thereafter, you get access to feats, which you can take.
Features?
You can take a feat, or you can take an ability score increase. So an ability score increase, you can either upgrade one stat by 2, or 2 stats by 1. So that's the thing you get at 4th level. Or you can choose not to take the ASI, and instead you can take a feat, which gives you access to really cool abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a feat that, I'm trying to think of some of the feats that, because I'm saving mine to be a surprise, but I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like, there's feats that let you use 2 weapons at once, that let you deal...
Oh, like dual
wielding.
Thank you.
There's
Tried.
feats
Oh my
there's a
god.
feat-
Tried.
There's a feat called Actor that lets you mimic a voice after you've heard it for a minute.
Oh, cool. Kind of like a parrot.
Yeah, and like there's and it gives you other things as well. But
They can be super useful, or they can be like what mine was last night, because I, as my bard, chose Elemental Adept and for fire, which means that when I hit things that are resistant to fire, they are no longer resistant to fire.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I threw a fireball into the 3 or 5 things we were fighting. Our Tabaxi was also in the middle of that.
Oh no!
And she was like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just use my reaction to make myself
resistant to fire."
Resistant. And then the second I hit that, and the DM mentioned, oh, she didn't mention that it was resistant to fire. She just said, "I'll use my reaction and I'll be fine." And then the DM said, after I did the fireball and the damage, all right, so they all failed. They take 72 damage, and they also resistance. So, and I went, Elemental Adept. And then Tabaxi looked at me and went, shit.
Yep, sounds about right.
I love it.
No, there's a feat I intend on taking, but it's a surprise. It's every time I play a bard, I take.
Is there like a list of them that I can reference?
They're on the PHP.
They're in the PHP. There are the
Player
Player's
Handbook.
Handbook. There are some feats that are in the Unearthed Arcana. They recently, or not recently, but a few months ago, released racial-specific feats, which would affect nobody in this party except Hestia, because all of us are like weird races.
I would allow. I need to take a look through them because I would allow them so long as they fit.
Okay, so in that case, we could probably swing it, but there's like, for example, Infernal Constitution is a feat only Tieflings can take. They give them a +1 to their Constitution and resistance to fire.
Yep.
Nice.
So stuff like that.
Cool.
There's a feat that Dragonborn can take that give them wings. And a fly speed. Stuff like that.
I googled, because, that's like the millennial thing to do.
Yes.
Traits are aspects of a character's personality, background, or physique that make him better at some activities and worse at others. In many ways, traits resemble feats. A character can
That
have
is Pathfinder traits, is what you're
Yes,
looking at.
yes.
Pathfinder, is that different from...
Yes.
Very different.
Very different. You're going to want to look at...
Unearthed Arcana 5th edition.
Yeah, look up 5th edition feats. Just look up list of 5th edition. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yep.
I'm new to this whole thing, so like
You're
words,
fine.
things, yeah.
You're fine. It's a learning process for sure.
5th edition wiki. Actor, athlete, alert. Okay.
Yep.
A feat represents a talent or an area of expertise that gives a character special capabilities. It embodies training, experience, and abilities beyond what a class provides. At certain levels, your class gives you the ability score improvement feature. The ASI?
Yes. Okay. ASI.
Using the optional feats feature, you can forego taking that feature to take a feat of your choice instead.
Mm-hmm.
You can only take each feat only once, unless the feat's description says otherwise. You must meet any prerequisite specified in a feat to take that feat.
For example, for athlete, you have to have a strength score of at least, I want to say it's...
Like, grappler is
14.
13,
Yeah,
strength or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
So there's...
Sorry, I didn't mean to, added time for that, but
You're fine.
sometimes you guys bring things up and I'm just like... staring
fine.
into staring
No,
into
yeah,
space.
Always ask.
So yeah, but I'm
like slowly and okay, y'all should have seen me in my first campaign ever. That was if you think I don't participate enough as like here, I like barely said a peep in my first campaign ever. Like I said like one word answers and roll whenever I had to roll. And it pretty much my teammates are just like, hey, you have to roll, and I was like,
I mean, I participated, but I was very much, I'm gonna follow the leader on this.
Who needs a dice tray?
well,
Can I
I
do
can't.
the surface?
Okay.
Alright, let's get this shit on
oh heck yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm going for.
So, last we left off, which was from Discord.
We're all fucking shit up.
You were all in the tavern, thinking of what to do next, and you decided to spend some time doing research and seeing about equipment and all that stuff.
Yes.
As you do.
Killing time, as it were.
Yes,
Until Ashdy gets back.
correct.
Ashdy goes out on a bender.
I'm just gonna be
Actually,
so sad.
you wake up in the room and you notice that Ashley just is not there, but you have the very distinct smell of alcohol.
I might.
So, same as every day.
Sorry. Side note. I'm sorry to interrupt you, DM. But I may be able to join you guys on Discord, like we did, like a couple sessions ago. While I am in New Jersey.
Okay.
Cool. I'll let you know if I can make that work. Y'all will know in
please
advance. But yeah, I would really like to not miss more sessions.
Mhm.
So yes, I like. This is like the one, like not to be dramatic or anything, but this is like the one thing that like keeps my like
No, I
life in
understand.
check a
It's
little
the
bit.
Same, it's the same for me. I understand.
So, like, this is the one thing I actually have scheduled, like, blocked off, like, every single week.
D&D is the only reason I have a social life.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Like currently as it stands, the rest of my summer is D&D and work.
Yeah.
So.
I don't even have a job yet, so.
Big same.
All right. So yeah, you're in the tavern. It's morning. It's like 9 a.m. You woke up a little bit early. You know, you after the events of yesterday, you're like, all right, let's get some shit done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, up to you. The sheep are happy. They're still sleeping.
Are they, like, little? Can we shrink them? Can I shrink them?
They're sheep sized.
Like regular, like,
Yeah.
size.
Regular
Okay.
sheep. They're like
Sheep
fully
are-
grown sheep.
Pretty fucking big.
I have decided to name them all,
I can learn enlarge reduce at some point.
Oh god. Poor sheep.
We can make them not only small sheep, but big sheep.
Can we make
Oh
them big
my
enough to
God.
ride on?
Can we use that later?
I do not have it yet, but I can learn it at some point.
Also, yes, technically you can make the sheep large enough to ride as a mount.
Fuck yeah!
So, the sheep's names are as follows. Aries, Alma, and Aria. So,
All right.
AAA.
You
I'd be
notice
even
one of
better
them
if they were
texting on a
mouse.
phone. It's A.
What?
Pretty Little Liars.
Oh.
It's fine.
Shut up. Okay.
I'm
You're
not
the
familiar with this one.
Can you keep? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Alright, back to it.
This one is
Oh my god.
What's the date? 28th.
The 28th.
That's right, because my
in game
phone
it's the
was
7th.
Yeah.
Of January.
It's cold as shit.
We're
It's
in a
not that
volcano.
bad.
We're in a volcano.
You're in a dormant volcano,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
you're also
forgot
in the
where
Southern
we were.
Ocean. Also, climate is fucking weird in this world. So
Wait, I just realized something. Paula, you said your birthday was November...
Second.
Okay, I was about to get... Because for a second, my brain said 23rd.
Congrats on calling me Paula instead of my character's name.
Oh,
I'm proud of you.
But, I realized... I was like, for a second, my brain filled in November 23rd, and I was like, that's Edge's birthday. I was about to freak out.
Happy birthday, twin.
What day was it again in game?
7th of January.
January 7th.
I'm writing that down because I feel like I honestly have not taken notes until I realized that it is actually quite important to take notes.
Quite.
And we established that much sooner in the game, but I was like, I'm gonna remember all of the...
No, you won't.
Nope.
No, you will not.
There are so many notes I have in my notebook that I'm like, what the fuck
Heste's
is the
like
context for this?
character template thing, which is largely unfilled by the way, is like already 8 pages long.
I have so many notes in here where it's just like, what the fuck does this
I
mean?
literally have so many like
Forgot my own
subsections that have not filled out. Can you tell?
Christ.
I feel like as we go along, I feel like I will develop Hestia's character further, and I think for the session, I am actually going to try out like playing a voice for her rather than just like me saying things.
Alright.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying. Let's
Now
see.
jump
Here's
on
one.
these.
Here's one where it's time for a raid. Flashbang and Kool-Aid Man are way in.
My butt blessed it
That
as per
sounds-
last session.
sounds
I
right.
remember that one.
Yeah,
so.
that one's good.
So,
Alright, guys.
Yeah.
Back
what
to-
are you doing first? Are you splitting up? Are you going together? What
We
you
are
doing?
not
What you
splitting
doing?
up because that did not go over well last time.
Yeah.
At least we're not leaving you alone.
Also, splitting the party up is literally a rule. It's fine. It's an unspoken rule. We should not split the party.
Don't you know you never split the party? Lyrics in the back. Fighters hailing party.
Never split the party unless the DM has forcibly split your party with scissors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so
I have a
we want to
software.
do some research. Why don't we go
Bookstore?
a library?
Library. Yeah.
A large place of research, maybe to a specialist
Somewhere where they
who
have
knows
coffee.
information.
Yeah. We'll go to a library and make sure that it has a in-house cafe.
Ooh.
Like Barnes and Noble style.
But it's not.
Is there any anyone? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find stuff about mummy hearts.
Mummy hearts or mummy lords,
and
doppelgangers, and I think a good thing as well would be any biographies of the pirate lords.
Oh, that's ironic. I'm wearing my aunt
True.
today.
Nice.
Mummies. It's fine.
So you've noticed, by the way, walking around in your time in the people sector, that there are no libraries.
Okay, so remember that plan we had?
We are going to ask where we can find one, if not in this sector, in another sector.
Where are you going to be asking around?
General shopkeepers.
General shopkeepers. I feel like the
Out of
not the
can we-
elementalist, the enchantsmith
Chantsmith.
might have an idea as well.
You mean Sheila?
We
You
don't
don't
know
know
that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Only Ashdy knows that.
Only Ashdy
Sorry.
knows that.
He's probably never telling
He
you.
will never say it.
Never gonna tell.
No, 'cause then we're all gonna get it on with her.
That infuriates me so much that
That
backfired
was
on us like
hilarious.
that. Did you have that plan from the start?
Partially.
Nice. So we're looking for mummy lords, doppelgangers.
So, you're asking around like general shopkeepers.
So
General
are we
shopkeepers.
going
We'll make a
along-
point to ask the elementsmith.
Enchantsmith.
I don't know why I keep saying it's because you were talking about elemental adapter.
I feel like my brain has just like pieced out on some of these, but like, are we going with the typical lore with doppelgangers? Like, if you find yours, you have to kill it.
Yes.
I
What if
don't
he has
know.
to
We
kill
don't know
everyone?
yet. That's what we're gonna find out.
Oh, who told us this again?
Nobody told us that yet. We haven't found out any information on doppelgangers yet.
Oh, then why
It
the heck
sounds
are we
to
looking
me like
it up?
you're quoting Welcome
No,
to Night Vale.
wait.
It was not
Didn't
intentional.
we find out last time that didn't he inform us that in order to take the body of
Yeah,
In
we
order
did
to
find
take
that
the
much.
body, he has to eat the body.
Yeah. So he can't be a doppelganger of somebody who's still alive.
Oh,
So
has to be dead.
has to be dead.
has to be done.
Dead
Hopefully.
and consumed. I mean, wasn't that was a very brief thing in God of War? Where like we're just gonna eat
Regardless
them alive.
of how gruesome a death they died, they can still inhabit the body.
As long as there's enough to consume, I'd imagine.
Yes.
That's
That
how, yeah.
concerns me.
Let's not lose any limbs in this
I am concerned. Very
Alright,
much.
then
Nobody cut their
It's not
toes
like
off
we
or anything.
killed pirate lords already, but it's okay.
It's
I
not
guess.
like we hid the bodies as well, did you? Did you hide the bodies?
We did not.
We
Last time we-
kind of just, killed one of them in their sleep and went along our way.
How about next time we kill people? We
Maybe like set them on fire because
well, we don't want
cremating them is an
we
option.
don't- yeah, it's like we'll to ashes, but I mean ashes can also be made into tea. Put them bottom of the ocean, perhaps.
I feel like you have thought this through very much.
You come across some things.
Okay.
Alright. Well, let's find some information. Do the shopkeepers grant us any
Can
help
we
in
ask
finding
questions
the
inside the
library?
shop?
I mean, if I
Yeah.
had to give my own guess. It
Okay,
would be,
well,
Considering the fact that I completely 100% roleplay the shopkeepers, then yeah,
Yeah.
you can do anything.
so we are no longer in Bearman sector, are we? No.
no,
You're in the people's.
people sector.
Peoples, which is
Jax.
Yeah.
Do we have a map for that?
Yeah, it's right there.
Paola.
I'm looking at. I'm just making sure. It says Bearman sector, which is why I asked.
Right down there.
It also says Elizabeth sector.
Right above
That
there.
indicates
Oh God damn
that
it!
indicates the sectors next to
I
it.
am sorry.
So we are going to. I think the Enchantsmith might be our best option.
I think
Go
so
to
too.
the top
We can
level.
go to the Enchantsmith.
Okay.
Alright, so you pop over to the Enchantsmith. Very familiar area.
Is he gonna shake my hand with his tiny hand?
I don't know.
He's so
With
weird.
his tiny beard hair. Do you think that's what he used on Ashdy last
I don't
night?
want to talk about it.
Focus, focus, people.
Actually,
focus.
did Maleo even hear about this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we probably
Oh,
told her.
because
I was there.
just it's fine.
It's
So-
fine.
Nothing.
Focus.
So you go over to the Enchantsmith. It's as bright and bubbly as ever. Not as busy as the last time you were there.
Yeah.
But you walk inside, and before all three of you are even inside the door, poof, right in front of you,
Ah.
there's Marvin.
Marvin.
Hello, Marvin.
What can I do?
Oh my God.
Hello, Marvin. Good to see
hello,
you again.
love.
It is so nice to see
It's
you.
great to see all of you.
You are so happy all the time.
Where's the canine one?
I think we're not
Or
sure.
not quite sure.
We're pretty sure he went on a bender.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
He's not with us at the least. We'll
No.
probably check in
I
and make
start
sure he's not
laughing.
dead later.
I'm pretty sure I smelled alcohol before we left, so I think
But that's
we're
not
gonna-
really unusual for Ashdy.
That's true. We are missing his endless cup though, and it's fine.
It's
Anyways,
fine. He's fine. We'll
So what can we do?
we're looking for information.
specifically if you happen to know where a library might be.
Oh yeah! I know of a lot of libraries.
Are there a lot in this sector?
This sector particularly, nah.
Why?
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking.
People get their own individual books in their homes. No use to have like a public space.
Oh.
Oh,
So
interesting.
where do they? So are they imports then?
Yeah. I mean, it's a trading sector. What do you expect?
Yeah, I
That's
guess
fair.
that
That's
makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of people get their information from Datras, anyways.
Oh.
Well, we'll check out the library, but while we're here, we have. How much do you know about magical creatures?
Too much.
Doppelgangers?
Too much.
You could probably write a book on it. You should.
Yes, let's not get into the genre of the book I'd write.
Oh god. Oh god.
But you said doppelgangers!
Yes.
Oh, fascinating creatures.
There are.
How much do you know about specifically how to kill one?
Oh, you stab it.
Okay, good. That's okay. Good to know. Just
They're
wanted
not
to-
necessarily hard to kill, they're just, like, hard to find.
Okay.
Well, yes.
So that's good then. That's good then because we know hopefully where one is.
Plus, they're technically cannibals anyways.
Yeah.
that
true.
is disgusting.
That is,
I'm
yes,
going to throw
yeah.
up.
Well, that's good to know. We just didn't know if they had any special ability resistances, that sort of thing.
Just the normal magical creature bullshit.
Gotcha. So
Okay.
maybe magical weapons and not normal weapons, that kind of thing. or-
Any resistance? Any proficiencies? Should we do a perception check?
Inside his beard, you see a little book.
You see a little person inside the person. It's fine.
Pay no attention to the man behind the beard. To the woman behind the beard.
I'm sorry.
All right.
That's ass.
But yeah, no. Nothing particular. Nothing that I know of.
Okay.
Also, usually depends on the doppelganger and usually who they've taken over, and if they're not in their normal form, of course.
Wait,
Gotcha.
is that?
So they would gain the strength of whatever form they've taken. is
Yeah.
what you're saying. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
that's
intelligence.
Similar to the polymorph spell.
Yeah.
It's just,
Except permanent as many times as I want.
yeah, true. I do like that spell. I'm trying to learn how to cast it. It's one of my favorites.
Alright.
That's Mary talking.
How about mummy lords? You know much about them?
Oh, fickle creatures.
Fickle creatures?
Yes. I try not to deal with them.
Why not?
What do you mean fickle?
What does fickle mean again?
Like wishy-washy, like not wishy-washy, but like
Changing
ever-changing.
frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties, interests,
Oh,
or
yeah, no,
affections.
that's 100% accurate. Well, yeah, I mean, you never trust who they're, under the control of.
But
Yeah.
if they're under the control of somebody, they're going to stay until somebody else takes control of them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
And how do you gain control of them?
You have control of their heart, of course.
Long silence.
Say somebody were to stumble across this heart, how would they go about figuring out how to use it?
That's a great question.
Do you know the answer to it?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there?
I cast Identify on the heart, right?
No.
No.
Oh, you
no.
did it. Well, don't do
No,
it here.
No, not
No.
here, but I'll do it when we get back
No,
to the
she
room.
did. She did.
Did
That's
she?
why we know it's a mummy heart.
Oh, yeah. So did I get any information about how to use it? Because that typically goes with... Because casting Identify, usually you learn how to use the thing. Any command words,
You
stuff
know,
like that.
you know that the owner of the heart has control of it and can use their will.
That's right. But we
upon
have
it.
the heart now.
But I
Are we
thought-
the owners?
No, that doesn't make us the owners. I think
You
I
haven't even tried using
No.
it.
Okay, but would I know
Do we know of
between what Marvin said and my Identify, would I know that simply having the heart makes us the owners now? And if not,
No, I
I'm
don't
going to
think
ask
so.
Marvin about it.
Kyle will not make it that easy.
I mean, for a standard mummy heart, yes, absolutely. You just take it and it's yours.
But for a mummy lord.
Oh, yeah, mummy lord. A standard mummy lord.
Standard mummy lord.
There's
What's the
more
difference
than
between
one.
standard mummy lord and
A corrupted one.
A corrupted
Oh,
one. What does that mean?
Oh, just necessarily they are more than the standard mummy lord, and typically the heart,
A little bit more loyal?
a little bit, just a little, a lot, in
A lot,
fact,
okay.
but yes.
So if someone were to come across this corrupted mummy lord heart, would the best way to go about
You
it
could.
simply stabbing
Is there
it
anything that we can
instead
do?
of
I
trying
mean,
to
you
gain-
the heart.
Hypothetically speaking, is there anything we could do?
There's a lot of things you could do.
Strictly hypothetically, of course. All of this.
Of course.
Of course, everything's hypothetical in the world of magic.
It's so
Um,
You're so fucking obvious.
Anyways,
so annoying.
So yeah, I mean, you could stab it, of course. The heart itself is not so different. It's more the connection. And while a corrupted mummy lord is a lot more loyal to their owners, if one is strong enough willed, they can turn it.
And I guess
My wisdom is shit, guys. Who's got good wisdom?
Definitely not me.
Oh no.
at +3 wisdom.
That's pretty good. That's better than my +0. I'm willing to wager that
-2.
Yeah, I'm willing to wager
my.
Ashdy's wisdom is not high.
We might be shocked by that, honestly.
We might. Do we have this information?
Well, Sarah has it on screen. You made this hard for yourself.
I know I did.
What's it say?
It's a 0.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay, so if anyone was going to try and take control of this thing,
K1.
It'd
Fixing
be
that
Melio.
next time.
Okay.
and out of character, and this probably isn't metagaming too much, it's basically sounding like it would be a will save or wisdom save. I'm playing Pathfinder too much.
Yeah.
A wisdom save or wisdom check to take control of this thing. Am I on the right track here?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, well.
So we can attempt it. I'm going to also ask the
Marvin.
I'm going to ask Marvin. I don't know why my brain is trying to. It's like elementalist Elizabeth. I'm like, stop that. So I'm gonna ask Marvin. What if someone were to try and take control of the Mummy Lord and fail? Would there be any adverse effects? to that?
Basically, are we? So I think what we're asking is if the Mummy Lord heart is already corrupted, if someone tries to take over a previously existing owner, if it fails, would that person be corrupted as well?
Would there be any adverse effects? Would the original owner know?
Is there an alarm system?
Yeah.
Well, there have been very few accounts of corrupted Mummy Lord hearts, at least corrupted Mummy Lord hearts that have been turned.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, there is a chance that bad things will happen if you fail, but we don't know if the original owner is alerted, since you must have the heart to
and
control.
Typically that means the owner is dead. Correct? Or no?
I don't think that
Not as far as we know.
necessarily. So another thing.
I don't know why the only image in my head of this Mummy Lord is Amina from The Mummy, but it's fine.
So let's see. So, given the wisest and safest course of action, if we don't believe anyone is strong of will enough to take control of this heart, would be to simply stab it,
Destroy it.
and would destroying the heart destroy the Mummy Lord, or simply its connection?
I don't think it's that simple.
It's never that simple.
It destroys the spirit.
But the Mummy Lord itself.
Spirits are not the same as physical bodies.
So
They're
the
not
body
tied.
would exist, but the spirit would.
But would it be able to be controlled?
Would it just turn into a puppet? Like a
Um,
broken puppet.
a puppet that's controlling itself.
Oh.
Mm.
But that could work.
No, I'm not quite sure.
I'm actually on Melio with this one.
There's no guarantee it will.
No, but he wouldn't be able
If
to
it
control
goes
if
around and
it's us
kills
anymore.
us,
But there's a chance it could kill whatever it kills in its path, including us.
That's true.
Not only that, but now that I remember this information, I do remember this information, right? I remember
What's the information?
that G said that he would replace the people with the Mummy Lords.
Yes.
So as I remember correctly, G said at the beginning of our plan, of our deal, and I think
there are so many feats.
I think it was only myself, the Etherborn, and the doggy that were there for this. When we first met G, he gave us a rundown of his plan. His plan was that we kill all of the pirate lords, and he would replace them with his own people. His own people, apparently, being Mummy Lords.
I see.
So, at this point, we've killed Nottingham. So that means he's
Or-
probably been replaced by a Mummy Lord.
Indeed. Oh, I knocked something over.
And that means that if the Mummy Lord regains his own self-control, it'll
There's a giant piplup back here.
wreck
That's Linda's.
It'll
Okay.
wreck whatever town or area they're controlling.
Mm-hmm.
It puts a lot of people in danger. A lot. So I don't think that just destroying it and letting it have its own
Yeah.
control is.
No.
I don't think we have much of a choice here. I think
We can try. I say we. You can try and take control of it. I can inspire you to help you.
I would appreciate that highly.
Is there anything that we have to fall back on?
No.
No?
We are taking a huge risk.
Yeah.
That's how life works, I think.
Because just having this thing isn't enough to. It's not as big as an advantage as we thought it was. I think it's a risk versus reward situation. The thing that would put us at the biggest advantage is Melio taking control of it, but it's also the riskiest path we can take.
It's the one we've got.
The safest one is doing nothing with it, just having it.
Can I ask a question to you, dear Marvin?
So,
How would you go about destroying the actual body of the Mummy Lord?
well, I'd start with a good fireball, and then I would cast more fireballs, and then continue to cast fireballs in the hopes that I get it to a quarter of its health.
I get fireball next level.
We literally
Sarah
have a walking
has a
fire
giant-
lady.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. We have a walking fire lady,
Yes.
hot like fire. That should be Edge's next pickup line. For us to get.
Alright, well, I
should have thought of that
I
sooner.
think we've gathered the information we were looking for. Thank you for this.
Is there
Very
anything else that we
enlightening.
can ask? Like, is there anything else that we need? I feel like we're a little short.
No, I think that answers most of our questions. The only thing we do need to find out is about, the others.
I just wrote Fireball the Mummy Lord and Stabby Ball the Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, well, I assume at this point you were going to head to Datra's?
I guess so.
I mean, if you want information, it's the place to go.
I'm not sure there's much more information.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to.
Doesn't hurt.
I would much rather go to Datra sector just in case because
We can always case the place out.
honestly,
We need to do that anyway.
that too. But also,
Let's
it would
case
be
the place out without a road, guys.
It would be helpful
Oh boy.
to have more information if we can find it because Melio's taking a huge risk doing
Yeah,
this as
I
well.
don't want to. We need to find something.
Also, Sierra is
Do you
too,
have anything
hello.
that can buff somebody's wisdom? Make some.
Not in my
Fucking
directory.
What am I
Know anybody who might?
Wait, fuck! I'm an idiot. I have enhance ability as a spell.
Let's save it.
Yeah,
Let's save that. We're gonna need that later.
I'm going to
I can give you Owl's wisdom. It gives you advantage on wisdom checks.
Alright.
Okay, so that's duh. All right. I mean, more is better, but I completely forgot that I had that. I need to. Check
It's fine.
my
I'm
spells
learning
often.
more and more about my criminal background and why the fuck I wasn't taking advantage of this sooner.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Just as a side note,
I can't wait for combat.
out of character, just so we're clear, Sierra's sticking with Ashdy in the heart, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Currently-
Sierra's not with us.
Sierra's not with
Yeah.
us.
So if Ashdy is on a bender, Sierra's taking care of him,
Yes.
Okay.
and
Correct.
Sierra can contact you if he
If anything
gets
has gone
mugged.
wrong.
If he gets mugged in an
That
alley
would
or
be
something.
quite the note to end on. Just saying. It's fine.
That'd be something that we'd be able to text Aaron about. Be like, hey, by the way, Ashdy
Something
got
happened.
Ashdy got mugged
Oh, God.
by Timmy.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Alright.
Plot twist. It's fine.
Let's make our way to Datra sector. Let's leave a message for Ashdy so he knows where we're at.
Can't-
Thank
Yeah.
you for everything, Marvin.
You can't even call it an armed robbery.
Alright, I think we played enough D&D for
Thank
tonight.
you.
Yeah, I think we're done for tonight, you guys.
But yes, if you're heading over to the Datra sector, I can make your journey easy for you.
That would be
I would
great.
be
That would be
delighted.
swell.
Oh, well, wonderful! He poofs. And then he poofs directly in front of the door, and he just shuts it and locks it.
Oh,
That's one way to do it.
it's this
Um,
1 second!
Um,
You see him walk to the left side of the door and just shove a bookcase over, like surprisingly easy for a very old, wizened man.
You know.
Just
I can't
pushes
get out of like the image in my head of just like Sheila, just like it's fine.
pushes the bookcase, and you see this little dial
Howl's Moving Castle style.
Hey.
oh,
with
God.
several different colors
Yeah,
and names.
I love it.
Oh, God.
Yep.
And you see
Yep.
him just look at you
Super
guys,
big fan.
and then turn so he's covering it, and he just goes.
Perception check to look and see what he's doing.
Sure.
I will take in on that, actually. Perception check. We're gonna use
I honestly can't. I haven't. Oh, there goes my die.
You sure you don't want the
Perception?
dice tray?
No, I'm sure it like leapt out of my hand.
That's why my perception is so bad, because it's tied to my
Oh, I
wisdom.
can't see.
It's fine. I'm about
Leave
to
the
roll.
chat.
11.
19.
19.
What?
I got really high
I
perception,
need the
guys.
chat up so I can see the
But
What are we talking about?
perception.
Are we rolling now?
yes.
If you want to.
18!
18 and a net. So,
Oh, not. Oh, okay.
both y'all,
Beautiful.
Emilio and Hestia, notice that he's turning the dial, but you notice several times that he turns past Datra sector, the one that's labeled Datra sector, and it's colored like a light sky bluish color with white text on it, and he's turning past it, and you notice that from where you're standing, you can sort of see the edge of his right eye. You notice he's like constantly squinting and looking away from it.
A little further back.
Did he find it?
He found it.
Okay.
And you notice
Are
all.
you nearsighted?
You notice all the windows that are around the store just go black for a second.
Life, death, life, death, life.
They go completely stark black for a split second, and then come back up, and you are blinded by lights.
Life, death, life.
Just
Okay,
this unholy, unnatural lights.
Oh no, my fishy eyes!
This is not the worst kind of light I've seen.
You guys just see Edge's pupils go swoop. Like
Wow.
little slits.
And following this, Marvin walks over to the door and just says, and opens it, letting even more blinding light
Oh
in.
god.
It
Oh,
says,
God.
"Welcome!"
Okay.
Okay.
Can we get
Is
some
this what
sunglasses?
Ashdy feels like all the time?
Probably.
Hey Sarah.
Yeah.
We want a Discord so I can show this map.
Do I need to pull it up on my computer?
No, I can just pull it up on the screen.
Okay.
Keep in mind it's unfinished, but
Is it the logo? Logo.
Lego.
Yeah, that.
Yes. Hello, Kai here. Just wanted to mention that around the time we were recording these, we were using Cam's laptop and their set of Apple headphones at this time to record. Not the best setup initially, but it's at this particular moment in time where I was trying to pull up the for some reason I was trying to screen share the Lego file because I had built Datra sector in Lego format to show off like a 3D map that they could see it from all angles. And we tried the Discord call through Cam's computer and had me screen share it. Again, I don't know why. We were young and stupid. We're not that much older now, but we were very young and stupid. Anyways, a lot of technical difficulties occurred. A lot of really bad sounds occurred. And so I've cut that monstrosity of several minutes out for that reason. Yeah, this is an overwinded explanation to explain context for the statement that occurs directly following this. I'm going to shut up now. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Are we good? We're not gonna go summon Satan again?
No.
I sure
Okay.
fucking hope not.
We should be good.
For
Alright,
the second session in a row?
now.
Look at all those tabs. Wonder why your computer is struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna second that statement.
Okay.
Can characters have multiple ideals? I feel like these are questions I should be asking outside of this.
You can.
Okay.
No, yeah,
they're
absolutely.
more there to like set up the basic
Literally,
character.
yeah. You don't need to have those.
It's
Literally,
just good to have because I have not set this up at all.
no. Literally, all I have written under Edge's characteristics are Irish and gay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Good.
So,
So,
this
is this the intensive?
is the enchantment show.
That's so
It's
awesome.
It's so
good.
cute.
So you
That
walk.
little hat.
I assume you walk outside.
Okay.
You walk outside.
So you walk outside.
We are outside.
And first off, you notice that the shop that you entered is not the shop you are leaving. This one is much larger, much more colorful,
Much pinker.
much pinker. You also notice that you're walking on like a sort of purplish pathway that's like nice and smooth, and there's blue grass surrounding it.
This is bizarre.
However, the most bizarre thing you notice is the fact that there are paved roads all around you.
What is this?
And buildings.
Ooh, I can actually walk on this.
And
Because I have heels and a
Oh,
latex
yeah.
suit.
you also notice buildings that are much taller than most of you have ever seen.
I'm getting anxiety.
You scaled a building taller than these.
Never
wait.
mind.
Is there a building that's like about 100 feet tall?
More.
More? Okay.
All of them.
How tall is a building that's like close to us?
The building directly in front of you is 7 stories tall. It can be
Many.
70, but it can also be more than 100.
I mean, it's a range. Just it doesn't matter to me. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I said 100 as an example number.
Got it.
So 70,
70, 80-ish.
70, 80ish. Okay. Doing some mental math in my head. I can climb that in less than 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
That does not sound right. That sounds wrong.
Do you guys want to see me do it?
No.
I can climb it in less than 10 seconds. I can do
Please
it.
do not.
But you notice
I'll
at
bet
this
you 20
point,
gold that I can do it.
I don't doubt you. Don't do it.
you notice at this point as well that the unnatural blinding light are coming from these buildings.
Oh, lovely.
Ah, yes, that explains so much. Good thing I have these fantastic shades. I don't.
No.
I
Oh yeah, this is
sit
all
and
asphalt and stuff like that. Is it? Well, it's winter, so I guess it's not. Is the asphalt hot?
No.
Okay, good.
It's nice and cool to the touch.
It would be a problem if this was summer edge, because like all those warnings you see around the like summertime where it's like don't walk your pet on asphalt in this kind of heat. Edge isn't wearing shoes.
Amelia's
Mhm.
barefoot. She's got
Yeah.
fucking fins on
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
Edge
I'm a
has,
fish
Edge
fry.
has the little cat pads.
No, I literally I have fins on my
Melia's
foot.
literally fried fish.
Edge has toe beans. So
Meanwhile,
I need to
Ashdy
get
has
some
Catelyn
boots.
over here with her fucking stiletto heel.
yeah, just like finally.
Alright, ladies, let's go find a library.
I'm
Maybe
still
let's
gonna
go
find
find you guys some shoes.
Marvin,
I don't
where
like
is...
shoes. Shoes don't fit me.
I can't wear shoes.
It's too
Shoes
hot. Your feet are literally. You're going to turn into a fry.
It's
You
not
are-
hot here.
The
It's not
asphalt
hot
is
right now. I was
cool.
saying it's good.
Oh, I'm
He's
sorry. I was like, what?
I literally cannot wear shoes. I have fins on my fucking feet.
Edge is just going to point to like, because she's like, I guess the best example would be like the surface of her foot's about the same as the ball of my foot. She's just going to point to like it's like big, and she's like
Cats and fish. Cats and fish.
catfish.
And
Shit.
bird.
That's what Melio. That's what if Melio and Edge ever get together.
Catfish.
That's what their
And bird.
ship name will be. It's catfish.
Catfish. Alright, back on topic. Marvin,
Yo,
could you point us in the direction of the library?
I can do you one better. And he just holds his hand out, and you see a scroll appear in his hand.
Ooh. What's that?
A map.
Ooh.
Take.
Give
You
it to
take
give it to the person who knows maps.
I look at it. I
It's
have it.
white.
navigator. Is this like
Marvin?
some Jumanji type?
I flip it over.
1 second, and you see him. He tells you to hold it out flat, and he just scans it for a moment. Yeah. And where he taps on the map, you see a little glowing light, just a soft blue light, and then suddenly from the map you just see the map appear.
Oh, I was picturing like a Minecraft map where it fills in as you walk around.
I wanna make a note here out of character. The whole hand motion you just did was completely covered by the chair. I just saw you go.
Ditto.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't hardly see.
Wow.
Ooh.
So pretty much it's like a hologram.
Yes, it's a hologram. Yes.
All of our maps should look like this.
Would
Oh,
I still
yes,
get
sir.
advantage about my terrain thing with this kind of shit?
This isn't even complete. I'm gonna complete it later.
I might
Wait.
send me a link to this because I might want to do this for some of the cities in Taldora.
Oh yeah.
Do I still get advantage on my...
Oh, you memorize it immediately.
I know this whole area, guys!
Yes.
Amazing.
I don't know why I did that. Okay, so that's good.
Interesting.
That's good.
And the
What's the big
library?
building at the back?
Oh, that's the factory.
Okay, and the two buildings next to it? The towers?
Oh, Datra invented this little thing called radio and television.
Sounds
They
interesting.
transmit pictures and sound to devices.
Cool.
That's so weird. Couldn't you just use a message spell or a sending spell?
Oh, this goes constantly and without the need for concentration.
Sounds like it's
Do
eradicating.
you have one of these devices? I'm interested.
It sounds like it eradicates the need for magic.
Oh, trust me,
I don't quite know
it
about this.
certainly does not.
I don't quite.
Do you have one of these devices? I'm
I-
rather curious.
I'd have to go check in my bedroom. I'm not one for entertainment, past the physical entertainment.
A little bit more than I wanted to know.
Have you ever seen that gif of that guy who's like,
Yeah.
that's me, that's Hestia and Edge right now.
Yeah, it's like,
But Marvin once again, poof, and like a couple seconds later, poof, and when he comes back, in his left hand he has this small, blinding white box.
Okay.
That seems to have two like dark circles with lines across them horizontally and vertically, and then knobs on the front and tiny little like sticks, like metal sticks coming from the top.
So
of it.
so out of character, so we can understand this. It's a very tiny analog television.
It's a radio.
Oh, it's a radio.
Any kind of music you particularly like?
I mean, almost any kind.
Whales.
What?
Whales.
Whales? Okay. And you see him like turn one of the knobs for a bit, and you can see like blue text scrolling across nothingness, just across the box, and he's just, oh, here we go, and he presses a button, and from the device you just hear.
That's very strange.
That's very
Am I-
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Also, that song is very inappropriate.
That's another one for the picture books.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sexy whale song.
Now, could
Sexy
you
whale song.
then point us to where the library is, dude?
Well, I mean, there's a number of libraries and databases.
Data what?
Well, we have
Anything
to
with
use the
history
computer.
about
Datra
this
bases, you mean?
area.
Yes, actually. Thank you for reminding
you
me.
missed the joke there.
Any specific of the
Datra
history of
bases.
this
Oh my
land and
God.
the lords and, just general history.
Yeah, I think
there.
there's a history building. If you head to this building, sort of in the middle, shaped like an H.
Appropriate.
I know, right? Yes, but they tend to have all the history stored there.
They make it easy to find, at least.
Indeed.
Let's head on over then. Thank you so much for your help, Marvin.
No problem at all. I'm always here to help. In all of the ways.
I was about to say that.
It's just like
I just kind of squint at Marvin like. I give him
me
a
and Ed's
thumbs
just
up,
kind of.
and I walk away without
And
making
what?
eye contact.
And I walk away. But, no, we told Malio what we did to Ashdy, right? Malio knows that we sent
Yes.
Ashdy
Yeah.
to... Okay.
I was there in the morning too when he came back.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. To the
That's a walk of
building.
shame.
Let's go.
So, you head on over to the H building.
Vamonos.
And you notice it's shaped like an H.
Amazing.
But it seems to be made out of, like, metal and, like, stone in a way. And you can see various glass windows heading all the way up it.
How tall is it?
16 stories.
How tall is that?
Like, fucking
Shit ton.
200 feet.
200 feet? I can climb that in 20 seconds.
Here we go again.
Alright. Ed.
But
wait,
you,
no,
you also
hold on.
notice...
I did my math wrong. I'll do it later.
You also notice a crossbar connecting the two halves of the H over top of a very large, very wide section of road.
Interesting.
By the way, there's a fuck ton of people all around.
Okay,
We're a
Let's-
little.
Edge is like doing like flirting, like just like visual
Like-
across the way flirting to like anyone.
And then
any-
some girls are
most-
swooning.
yeah.
Most people tend to have a blank expression just walking.
New York.
NPC style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the Pokemon
They're
games in the big
silhouetted.
cities. Yeah.
Every person who's unimportant is silhouettes.
Oh god.
Like in the
Anime.
animes. Pick the anime character. It's fine.
alright,
You see one man in a brown trench coat and fedora.
perception check.
You know that meme I
We're
posted
like,
earlier? You know that you know that meme I posted earlier about describing things?
Fuck, that's right.
Or
But
you just
yes.
said it to yourself.
And you can see in underneath the sort of connecting part on both buildings, you can see doorways.
I guess we'll go inside.
Left or right?
I hope we don't need a library card.
What if we asked a random civilian? Do you think they?
I mean, there's not really any point. You just gotta.
Well, I mean, all right.
Probably
Go inside.
Yeah. So you head inside. The doors seem to open of their own accord.
Oh, okay,
That's
this is weird.
I don't like that. I don't
Ooh,
like that.
that's cool.
Hey guys, look, I'm a wizard.
I've just acknowledged that Edge is the Sokka of this team.
Yeah.
As
She
you-
wasn't intending to be, but she is.
As you enter, you can see a very, very well-dressed man with a sort of small circular hat standing next to the door. And as he sees you doing the wizard thing, he just...
Don't judge, you've done it too.
No, I haven't.
Insight check.
She went for it.
5.
He disdains this act.
Yeah, we'll forgo if you're not.
Yeah, you enter, and it's as white as all the buildings, with its accents of black and gray, and blues. But it's a large, multi-storied lobby, from what you can tell, that has a very long desk and stairs that seem to walk up. You also notice people walking into what appear to be doorways, but they don't appear to ever exit.
Wait, what?
I tap the guy's shoulder and I point and I say, "What is that?
It's the lift.
What's a lift?"
It lifts you.
That's cool.
I walk up to the lift.
I feel like this is
Yeah.
Thor with the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Thor.
This is the, like, Belio's the equivalent of Thor right now.
We all are Thor.
Yeah,
I
like
live in an island. What do you want me to do? All right, I walk in. I stick my head in through the doors and I just look up.
Hestia's just like this the whole time.
So after a little while, the doorway opens, and a couple people who were standing next to the doors as well enter. And as you look in, you see that it's just a tiny little room.
Let's go in.
Y'all want to go?
We're going in the lift.
All right,
It's
I go
going
in the
to
lift.
take
We're
us
gonna go
up. Do we even know where we're going?
No.
Okay. Maybe we should figure that out first.
So you
Going
enter.
lift.
So you enter the little
Or
room.
not.
Somebody has to be the voice of chaos with Ashdy gone.
Okay.
So you enter the lift, and you see on the right side there's a panel of what appear to be buttons, and a few of them are glowing.
I'm gonna do.
presses all
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
You know that one scene in Elf?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
So you press all the buttons.
Yes.
All 17 of them.
Every
Yes.
single passenger inside is so angry.
What, two or three of the people who entered to leave the lift. And the door shut in front of you, and you just hear ding, and then you feel yourself start to run.
Lifts?
I don't. What?
And
It's
like,
like Hestia
just the
is
jumpy
like-
thing.
Are the rooms, like, is it clear since everything else is clear in the building? No, it's not? Okay,
Nope.
so I was hoping, like, Hestia would have, like, a really nerdy moment out here, like, pressing her face again. It's fine.
You do notice that on all three of the walls that don't have a door, there seem to be moving pictures.
Cool. What's on the pictures?
What's on the pictures?
On the one to your right, you notice what appears to be an advertisement, from what you can tell, that claims the largest recorded history in the world, here on the 15th floor.
And
What
just
are the
gonna
other
press the
pictures?
button that's
You're
labeled
just gonna
15.
leave out the other pictures.
On the back one, you see what appears to be a red background and the words Kokala. And you see a person standing there just drinking a continuous dark drink, just forever slurping it. On the left side,
Okay.
You see Datra's face,
That's creepy.
and you see the man of the man of innovation.
I'm just gonna do like that thing. I'm just gonna start doing
Is this
this.
the Steve Jobs guy?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start doing this. His eyes are following me.
They are actually following you.
That's weird.
That's
That's
unfortunate.
weird. Okay, I'm officially uncomfortable now.
So how
Edge
do
is
we
gonna
know?
start jamming the button. It's already lit up, but she's gonna start jamming the button that says 15.
How do we
So-
know when we reach the 15th?
You
Doesn't it
notice
say so?
you notice at the top above the door there are numbers.
Yeah, Amelia, did
What
you
floor
read?
are we on?
You're
Listen.
you
You're
go
supposed
up.
to be the smartest person in the
You
group.
go
I
up
really
for
don't
half a second, and
What
then
happened?
the doors open, and you see the number 1, and like one person leaves. The doors close again. Another half second.
Nah.
2 doors open.
I can just like imagine this.
This is gonna take
Doors
forever.
shut.
Is it always like this?
This is gonna take
Ed,
a long
you
time.
pressed every single button.
So did you!
It was funny, okay? I didn't think we would be stuck on this elevator for what feels like 5 hours.
Lift.
It's been 3 seconds.
Whatever! It elevates you, okay? I'm gonna call it an elevator.
So a few seconds later,
Oh,
a few seconds later.
I feel like now is a good time to point out that I didn't get to take my Concerta today. And I had, instead of my 54 milligrams of Concerta, I had 10
What is
milligrams. It's my Adderall. It's the version.
Oh,
it's
eight,
the version
okay,
of, It's the version of Adderall that I take. I had about 10 milligrams of a short-acting Adderall about 12 hours ago.
Oh, good.
So I'm going off the fucking walls right now.
So, a couple seconds go
I'm
by,
sorry.
and the doors open again, and you see the number 15.
We're finally here.
alright.
We're like
I walk
dying in the corner.
Finally.
So you exit the lift.
Okay.
As you're exiting, you just hear the last couple of people who were in the lift with you just go, "Thank God."
I turn around, I whip my head back, pull out a dagger, and just go.
The door's already shut.
The
I was
Hestia
I
was
going
ready
I
to
was
like
waiting, I
stab.
was waiting for it to finish. Edge is gonna push all the buttons before she gets out.
These people are going to want to kill themselves.
Or us.
Probably both, but I'd be.
So, the floor you have exited onto, despite how the building looked when you entered, you enter into a massive, like, hallway chamber type thing.
So something more along the lines. It's like TARDIS bigger on the inside.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So you enter into this massive, grand room that appears to have what looks like bookshelves.
I don't like that. I don't trust like that.
Do we do a perception
Is there
check?
any person that
Is
looks
there
like
like
they're in charge?
an information desk at this floor?
There are a few.
Okay.
We're gonna
Go
go
up
up
to
to
the-
one.
We're
of those.
gonna do that.
So you go up to one of the information desks and you see an individual that looks similar in appearance to Datra,
Oh.
but it appears to look a bit more feminine.
Oh.
It's
So a golem?
Artad, his twin sister.
So
Anyway.
so you walk up and
Or Tadra.
immediately the figure starts talking to you. Hello, welcome. How can I help you?
You look like. Anyways, yes, we need to.
We're doing a bit of our research project. We're looking if you have any biographies on the pirate lords.
Oh, we have all the biographies that have ever been written, dear.
Okay, that's
Amazing.
Great.
What about magical creatures?
Oh, we have a couple.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know. Can you point us in the direction of those?
Oh, just use the search function.
The what?
The what?
The search function.
I'm sorry.
We're
because
new in it. We're
we're
new in
new
town.
here. This is the first time I've ever been to this sector.
Oh.
This includes all of
understand.
us. I'm sorry, I speak for all of us.
You're
Yeah.
inferior beings.
I
Okay.
beg your pardon.
I'm sorry.
I don't rethink that wording, but go on.
Anyways, so just walk up to one of the bookshelves and you'll see what appears to be a lectern. Just click on it. A keyboard will appear and you just type in what you want to look for.
Are any of you illiterate? Am I illiterate?
All of
No,
you
we're
are.
relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All,
don't.
Just making
all
sure.
of you are.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
It usually will tell you if you're not, and usually that's
really?
only if you have a very low intelligence score.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Okay. So, Hestia seems to be like gung ho about the tech. Like she's really excited about it. So I'm gonna take the lead here.
I mean, I will mention, Emilio, you recognize some of this because, again, actually, you would as well. because remember the other, there's the Kosa, the Emiria, and the other, the Ula creed are essentially Wakanda.
Oh, hell yeah!
Okay.
So you've seen some of this,
Okay,
but you don't recognize 80% of it.
gotcha.
Okay.
So we're
I'm
going to
assuming
go...
Hestia does not recognize any of it because, her sector does not.
You're baffled. You lived in a sector that is medieval Europe to the extreme.
Oh yeah, that's right. But she's still fascinated
So,
by
and I mean,
technology.
Edge is probably only vaguely familiar with
Oh,
that
yeah.
because she was, like, she didn't live in the city.
Yeah.
She was very much coastal. So,
Likewise.
but familiar, but also what fuck?
Yes.
Alright,
Hestia's like fascinated in like the.
It's kind of like how I
positive
feel
way.
about physics. Like,
Let's
I know a
be-
little bit of it, but I'm generally
let's begin
not.
the research. Let's look up
Okay.
this
Yes.
information. Put it in the
We're
system.
gonna go up and begin research.
Alright, so you walk up to one of the lecterns, and you just see the words on it, touch to begin.
Slap it!
You,
It makes it sound like a
Hestia
wet
punches
herring.
it.
As you slap it, this light blue screen just goes red for a brief second, and the message changes to "ow."
I don't like that.
Sorry,
I don't like that.
I poke it.
I
It
lightly
says-
tap it.
It changes to light blue again. Thank you. And then you see what appears to be a bunch of letters lined up next to each other in sort of this figuration.
A keyboard.
Yes. And then
Party.
a white bar with a blinking line on the side of it.
I've tapped the blinking line.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna tap one of the letters.
Which one?
Hestia pushes them both
F.
out of the way.
You press the letter F, and an F appears, and
Press
a
F to
blinking line next
Press
to it.
Press F to. You gotta press the U.
You press U, and there's a blinking line next to it, and it's next to the F.
Is that it?
Is anyone gonna stop me when I do this? Because yeah, y'all all know where I'm
We are
going
just
with this.
watching you do this.
See.
FUC blinking line.
Okay.
And we're gonna stop.
FUCK blinking line.
Delete,
You also
delete,
notice
delete,
that there
delete.
appears to be a button that just says enter.
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 You press enter. When you press
no one's
enter,
stopping me, so
when you press enter,
Porn.
the screen,
I'm
All-
so immature.
the search bar remains, but the keyboard goes away.
Okay.
And you just see a long list of books that all contain the word fuck.
The subtle art of not giving a fuck is the
Uh,
first thing that pops up.
Yes, and
Oh, I got
you
that one.
notice that fuck is highlighted on each of the book titles.
Hastia's fucking.
This is amazing, guys.
Fucking over one of the shelves or something, just fucking dying.
Alright,
Why
I
are
delete
we
it,
like this?
and I write in brown history. Oh no, just brown.
That's
So-
very
so
generic.
you type in
brown
brown.
biography.
Let's type in Pirate Lord Brown biography.
Let's type Pirate Lord.
'Cause-
Fuck, it's fine.
Pirate Lord Brown biography.
So you type it in, and you see this circle appear that just sort of rotates for a little bit, and then it just reads error cannot find.
I deleted Pirate Lord biography.
It takes a lot less time, but then a list of a couple books appears.
Is one of them about Brown?
One of them reads the Pirate Lords. One of them reads the Pirate Wars. Words. I can't words.
The Pirate Wars.
Yes, the Pirate War.
Is that that's the one that Ashdy read, right?
I see.
That's the
Yeah.
one Ashdy read, yes. And the third one reads the Lords and Their Masters, a Pirates edition.
I'm gonna click on that one.
It's an erotic fan fiction.
Oh, okay, go back.
We're leaving!
Nope. No, yeah, we'll go back. Edge is going to file it away, but we're gonna go back.
All right. So you have the other two books to choose from.
Alright, so does someone else want to go find the biography book on the Pirate Lords?
Guys, if we check this book out,
I mean, all I'm saying is, Someone needs
I
to
mean,
go read
what's
this
the
book.
likelihood we're gonna give it back?
Someone needs to go read this book. That way we can all divide our research. I'll focus on the Mummy Lord since.
Aw, man!
I'm the one that has to figure out if I can control or otherwise kill
This
it.
is boring. Okay, fine. I'll do doppelgangers.
All right.
I'll do brown then.
Are you gonna check out the erotic fanfiction we just found?
No, Edge is going to file it away for later, but she does know that we have a job to do. So she's going to check out the first one because she know Ashdy read the second.
So, we'll start with the pirate books. So you have it on the board, and it just reads the Pirate Lords, and it has an author name and year of publish.
Is there? Can I find it anywhere? Like, does it have a
You notice a magnifying glass sort of next to the name. You click on it, and on top of the lectern, you see a hologram pop up, a figure pop up, light blue, of the bookshelves, and you see this light just pop up that's red, and you notice on the bookshelf you're on, a red line appear on the top as well, in the same spot.
No, I'm not. Edge is going to follow it.
Yeah, on the hologram you can see it scrolling through all of the books, and then suddenly stops and blinks.
So it's leading me to the right book?
Yes.
Okay, so she's going to resist the urge to bat at the red line and take the book.
Alright. You take the book and the lights go back to normal. It's just a normal hardcover book.
Okay. She's going to find a place to sit and read.
Alright. There is nowhere to sit on this floor.
Can I take the book off this floor? Is that allowed?
You can ask.
You
I'm
have
gonna
to
find an
ask
information desk
Ratata.
and ask.
Alright, so you go up to an information desk, and again, there's the same feminine figure. Not the same desk as before, but the same feminine figure.
Am I allowed to go take this somewhere and read? I can remove this from this floor, right?
Yes, you can take the stairs at the back to go to the internet cafe.
The what?
The internet cafe.
I'm weak.
Okay.
The Datra
I'm gonna go to the stairs then.
That's fine. Gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Gonna go to the stairs.
Yep. So you take the stairs up, and you end up entering into what appears to be a nice, cozy, like homely cafe that a lot of people are sitting in, with what appears to be
A laptop. Please describe this.
Please.
Please
No, you
describe
have to now.
this.
You've got
To you.
into this mess.
To you, they appear to be large metal books that are opened on their side and seem to glow from the open pages with images, and then a keyboard you recognize from before.
That's some kind of hypnotism.
Anyway.
You see a few people sitting there with coffee, drinking, and just typing away on the keyboards and just having. And in the back, you notice a group of like 3 to 4 people that appear to have something connected to their books that comes around and is in sort of the shape of like a pebble, and they're just sitting there, just like.
There's some people over off to one side rolling dice and writing on paper.
Yeah.
They're playing chess, actually. So.
So,
There's
Edge
also,
is
of course, a counter where you can order food and coffee.
Edge is gonna go and order a strong cup of tea and sit down, find a cozy chair, and curl up with the book.
That'll be 25 gold.
That's a lot.
That's a fucking lot of gold.
That's kind of what
That's a fucking lot of gold, man.
Is this a Starbucks version of...
Yeah.
I'm,
Is this Starbucks?
I'm done.
It's called...
It's been a great run.
The cafe appears to be called Celestial Gold.
Just, no.
Do you have a
Oh,
sample I
God.
can try?
Sorry, man, we don't do samples.
That's what I thought. Okay, never mind then. Just go ahead.
That's fine. Alright, anyways.
But we made... Okay.
Nope. Yeah, no. That's...
So you find a nice place to sit, sort of off in the corner where no one is sitting. There are fortune cookies.
That is the equivalent of more food.
That's technically more food.
They're also amazing fortune cookies.
I will have a fortune cookie.
Please toss one to me.
Alright.
If I do not catch it, it is fine.
There is only one fortune cookie.
Wow.
Wow!
Yeah, they expected one person to eat all the food.
Yeah.
How about this?
Oh, it's fine.
We do wishbone.
Alright, cool. You get to have the rest of the cookie, though.
The one with the largest section reads the fortune.
Or the one that the fortune comes out in.
Never mind, that works
Okay.
too.
You look happy and proud.
What a great fortune.
What a great fortune! Can you please tell me when I'm gonna find a fucking job? Thanks. I'll
No,
keep
but
it.
you're happy and proud.
No.
What is it? I'm
ugly
and I'm proud!
No, always there was a fortune I got, and I opened it up. I opened the cookie up. But I didn't open it up.
Sarah, do you
Instead
have
of opening it up like this, I opened it up like this.
For what?
And I looked at it and it said,
something.
"Want a second fortune?
What do you
Go to
what
the
do you
website."
mean? What do you mean?
Wow.
I was like, what the
Masking
fuck is this? And I turned it over and there was the fortune. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, okay. But still, I was like,
something
what
to my
the
notebook.
fuck?
I'm sorry. Hate to make you get up.
Alright. So,
Yes, they're working on.
you look at your book.
Oh,
Guys,
Oh.
we're still here.
Or never mind, just kidding. I lied.
Well,
Oh.
she needs to get her information too.
Yeah.
Are you guys aware that there's a rat in your room?
Stop. Mary, not funny.
It was a little funny.
Rats are adorable. Anyways.
I need to send you guys the picture of the gorge.
So, you read your book called The Pirate Lords.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you can tell, skimming through this book, there are names you recognize and names you certainly do not recognize.
Okay.
You recognize Gideon.
Okay.
You recognize Datra.
Okay.
You recognize Brown.
Okay.
You do not see the names Berrymint, Jack, Lisbeth, Demon Deserter.
Concerned.
That's I.
Sexy demon lady.
Sexy demon lady.
That we all want to bang.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's her entire character is that.
oh good. Lovely little
Just,
succubus.
it involves sapping your life force. So,
Oh, like a succubus, yeah. It's not like I haven't seen that before, but it's fine.
That's what kinds of.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
double-sided tape.
No, just one side. Thank.
but yeah. And it seems to just be like talking about what they do, what their main goals are.
I'm gonna focus on Brown and Gideon.
Yes.
Good
So Gideon's talks about his role in the Pirate War,
Mm-hmm.
how he was made Pirate King because of his ability to create peace in a time of turmoil.
Can you send me all of this on Discord as well, by the way?
We're
Oh, we
recording
have a
it.
recording.
I'll just send you the recording,
That's fine.
the snippet of
That
just
would
this
be
information.
yes, that would be great.
You can you also have a voice memo feature on your phone if you would like to just record that.
I mean, we could, but I don't want to make you repeat it, so we'll just
Yeah,
do that
sorry.
instead. I just can't write fast. I've
Yeah,
never
no,
been
you're
good
fine.
at
Oh, I
typing.
type faster than I write. That's why
So,
I don't bother.
Yeah, so you for Gideon, it talks about his role in the Pirate War, how he
Mhm.
became Pirate King because he could create peace, and it speaks on the fact that he, despite appearing like a human, is rumored to have abilities past being a human. He's lived longer than he really should have, considering his appearance and age, and all that sort of stuff.
I'm just really tempted to find a sticky note or something and just write amendment is actually a god, but she's not going to do that. She thinks better of it about halfway through the thought. She's like, it'd be funny. That might get. You know what? Let's maybe not do that.
You hear a voice in your head. Yeah, no, I no, actually do not do that.
It's right before you said that, I thought better of it, so
They're already suspicious of me. Please.
So we're cool. We're cool. No worries.
In
Well,
terms of
she puts
Brown,
it in invisible ink.
in terms of Brown,
Mhm.
you notice that the description they give for Brown is not the same appearance that Brown had when you saw him.
Okay. And nobody has found this odd? He's made public appearances, right?
He's made many public appearances, and a lot of people talk with him, and he works with people in the other sectors.
But nobody's
What
noticed
it mentions is that Brown is a last name.
So what does it tell me about this Brown?
It doesn't tell you anything about the Brown you're currently interacting with.
Does it say anything about him having sons? Any sort of children?
It names the Brown that it was talking about when the book was published, which was about 500 years ago. And it's the name in the book is Lydian Brown. But she appears to have the exact same function as in the Pirate Lords, to be a shipbuilder and designer.
When I look at the publication date and kind of realize it, I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the desk. I'm gonna go to the information desk. Is there a more recent edition of this? Anything more updated?
No, I think they're working on one, but there isn't one published.
Is there any sort of Datra base I can look into that would have more recent information?
On the Pirate Lords?
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying to do a current events research project.
I mean, you wouldn't find it here. These are just recorded history. It's books and writings and biographies and all that sort of thing. If you wanted specific information, you'd have to go to a completely different building.
Which building would that be?
You'd have to go to the company HQ.
Is that the big building that's shaped like HQ?
No, this building is no. It's actually just across the street.
That's good. So, do you mean the one that's connected to this one, or the one that's there's a lot of streets around this building?
She opens up a map, just of the you
Oh,
notice.
You mean the tall fast
Yeah, you
one.
notice it's a
Hello, it's me again, Kai. So this episode was just not our episode in terms of technology. So in addition to the earlier comment I had made with the recording with, the Apple earbuds on Cam's computer, we also were recording not using an actual recording software at the time, which explains a lot. We actually lost a number of recordings during that time. The very first recording we ever did, we did lose because Cam did not save it correctly because we didn't know how to use the not recording software we were using. Anyways, so this episode technically is 2 parts. The recording cuts out very abruptly, as you may have just heard, and luckily we noticed it right away. Therefore, no content was lost. But yeah, just interjecting to let you know that, and to let you know that I believe that is it for the episode. That from here on out, it is smooth sailing. Not for the characters interacting and stuff, but in terms of technology, it is smooth sailing. Alright, I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, you see the hologram of the complex, which is the massive Empire building and the H building.
Great. I am going to go...
Sarah would love to help, but Sarah's not here right now.
I'm going to go find Melio, and I'm going to put the book back, or find a book return and put the book back.
Book back.
There's a little slot in the lectern that just says place book here. It gets sucked in.
I'm just gonna put her hand against it, like see if she can feel any suction.
There's no suction.
That's weird.
No suction.
She's gonna go find Melio and Hestia, and let them know. It's like, okay, so that book was 500 years out of date.
We should probably do what they were doing.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'm just gonna real quick. Well, yeah, go ahead. You guys go ahead and tell me.
Yeah.
So Hestia, you were doing doppelgangers?
Yes.
Okay, so you go up to a lectern and you type in doppelganger, and a very long list of books pops up. Some of them appear to be fiction. Some of them appear to be theory books. But you find a few that appear to be an actual like scientific look at doppelgangers.
We go for that one.
Okay. So same thing happens. The blinking book, and you take it.
Mm-hmm.
He is reading it here. Yep. So inside the book, you get some information you already knew. They have to eat a dead person in order to become that person.
Basically, just confirming what.
Confirming, yeah.
Okay.
You read in there that there are basically an infinite number of personalities a doppelganger can take on. You read that while doppelgangers have the ability to transform into so many different personalities and people, they are not very emotionally vulnerable.
Regardless of
of their identity.
They not emotionally. What did you say? Not sorry, my brain.
They're not easily swayed. That once they have an idea of what they want to do, they cannot be convinced otherwise. You also read that they are an extremely rare form of being.
Is there anything about how? I mean, obviously, like the enchantment told us to, like, how to kill them. Is there any information of like their death? Do they die a natural death? Like, what is their life cycle like?
They die. They can die of old age, though they can live a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of unnatural death, nothing particularly special happens.
Okay.
It appears that if you can overpower a doppelganger, they can go down fairly easily.
Which we can make the assumption that they are very, very powerful.
They're tough.
Any immunities?
You already read up on it.
Oh yeah. Is there anything that? Well, obviously, like they can take on like people, but are there any like I guess identifiers? Any?
You read that if a doppelganger is harmed in their doppelganger form, whatever that injury is will continue throughout all of their existing personalities.
I have an underlying suspicion. I'm going to keep to myself, though. I need to word this without saying doppelganger 3 times. So any scars, like significant marks,
yes,
would remain. Okay, that's actually very useful. And can Ashdy actually, like, just for fun, can we take a look at the theory book? One of the theory books.
Sure.
Is it relevant? If not, I will not bother.
Some of the theories are things. You notice the particular one you chose was published before the book you just read. Mm-hmm. So a couple of them are, in fact, like truth that they were thinking about.
Yeah, like they had their head in the right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then there's other things like doppelgangers can produce milk. Question mark? Doppelgangers can fly?
Question mark.
Doppelgangers can doppelgangers?
Ashdy closes the book immediately.
Bruno Mars is... Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Bruno Mars is gay?
Okay, great. This is...
Yep.
Excellent.
That's pretty much all the information you can find.
Alright, and I guess I go back, and I didn't really take advantage of the internet cafe. Hestia, despite what those heels look like, doesn't seem to mind standing. Or, like, I guess she was, like, leaning on something. She probably got yelled at, but whatever.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I just assumed she's always doing something wrong.
So you search for meme lords.
For meme lords?
Meme lords.
Meme lords.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you said.
It's a meme.
You find...
Nothing. You find nothing! Sorry.
A book.
A book. Wow, 1? I'm so mad. I have, like, an Egyptian... So I created an Egyptian character based on my favorite Egyptian god, Anubis. But that would have just been so cool to, like, have... Anyways, it's fine. I just geeked out for a second. I actually have a reference.
It is simply entitled Mummy Lord. And a little side note, it's from the same scientific publisher as the book Hestia just read.
Okay. Would I have known that?
No.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
It has a very sciencey name.
Love science.
Geeks United.
Geek Squad. We're focused.
She's so good.
Okay. What do I find in the book?
What
A
do you
lot of
find?
information you already know.
Any notes? Oh, well, I guess this is Amelia.
Anything
Sorry,
else?
my bad.
Anything new?
Anything noteworthy?
Just that they originate from the province of Phil.
Aw, man, there's nothing about. I wish there was something spicy about Queen Matilda.
This is called Info Rock. Okay. So nothing new, nothing great.
Nothing new. You've learned quite a bit of information about Motherboards.
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, Amelia and her slight disappointment walks back. I don't know. Yep, she goes. Cool. Is there any other books about... Ooh, okay. I searched for that book. There's only one. Can I find any books about wisdom? We're good.
Self-help.
Okay.
That's good.
Self-help books, how to have more common sense.
There are about 85 self-help books.
Edge is going to see... Are there any books available for purchase?
You can rent or purchase any of the books in the library.
Edge is going to find a book called Flirting for Dummies.
Oh my god, I was literally just thinking about doing something like that. Yes.
You find a book that's entitled "Flirty or Nerdy: The Guide to Love."
Oh
She's
my
going
god,
to buy it.
I'm gonna cry.
And she's going to get... She's gonna buy it.
So you take it up to an information desk and you ask to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
and the feminine figure in front of you just goes, "Okay." Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, it's... Honestly, he really needs the help.
Yes,
No,
that'll be.
oh no, you thought this was for...
No, you'd be
That-
pleasantly
the book
surprised.
will be 250 gold.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to decide if the joke is worth half my gold.
Half your gold?
Actually, no. 125 platinum.
Cool. She says, "All right,
Because
thank you."
I converted a shit ton of my starting gold to platinum.
Yeah.
The joke is worth it, guys.
Alright.
The joke is worth it.
So we all meet back up.
Please don't forget to write that down.
Oh,
I can't wait to see that unfold next time.
we all meet back up.
So, anything
information, guys?
interesting, Mummy Lord Lady?
Nothing. Literally, all we've talked about, we already know.
Damn, so the only thing that we know is based off what the enchantments told us? Man, that guy!
I mean, I've already done all my research on Mummy Lords previously. I know a lot of information about them. There just doesn't seem to be any more detailed stuff that could help us. At least not here.
And unfortunately, all of the books on the pirate lords here are about 500 years out of date. Luckily, I did get some information on where the more up-to-date things are.
Well, everything that the enchantment told us about the doppelgangers was not wrong. It confirmed most of it, actually. But, though, I did learn something interesting. If a doppelganger is harmed while, taking the form of someone else, if they consume...
If they're in the doppelganger.
If they're in their doppelganger form, the injuries they sustain while being a doppelganger will carry on to whatever other form they take on.
That could be quite useful.
So, keep an eye out for that.
Put a scar right in the middle of its face.
Scarface. Sorry.
Well, if you know where the location of the other information is, we might
Across
as well
the street.
Alright, we go across the street.
So you exit and you go to the directions of the building you needed to go to. What you were not prepared for is how fucking tall it is.
Oh,
Anxiety.
it might
It
take me
is-
longer to climb that
I
one.
was
It
just
is at
about to
least-
ask you.
It is at least 4 times the size of the H building.
Oh,
So,
my God.
okay, hold on, I'm doing that. You can keep going, I'm just gonna do that.
And it's got interesting shapes. It's got a little bit more architecture to it.
So you said the H building was 160 feet?
It was about 16 stories,
So 160 feet?
200 feet.
200 feet. So 200, so this place is about 800 feet tall. Okay.
You also notice from the way you are approaching it, there is one entrance with many doors.
Is there any rolling doors?
Yes.
Really goes in the rolling door.
It rotates on its own.
I freak out. Like, I go in, and then when I realize that there's not that the end, like, I haven't gotten to the other side to exit, it's not quickly enough, so I just start kind of, like, doing a panic fish in a tank, kind of like,
Amelia, it's not that serious.
Make athletics to get through the rolling door.
do we all have to do it?
Are you all going for the rolling door?
I guess we are.
Yeah.
Make
If I fail this throw, I'm gonna
athletics.
If I did my math correctly, and I'm not sure I did,
I got a 20.
I might be able to climb this thing in about 20 seconds.
I punched the
Jesus.
fucking door.
I've lost my dice.
I'm not entirely sure I did my math correctly, but
There. What was it? What
I
would you say
believe I
the
did
athletics.
athletics? Oh, fuck.
so it'd be technically it'd be about 3 rounds of combat. Actually.
Oh,
so it's
no.
actually close to 18 seconds.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I love that sound.
Oh, no.
What did you feel?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Are you going for the rolling door?
Yes.
Roll athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Oh no. Oh no. 7.
So Hestia.
Are you sure it can't be acrobatic?
Yes. You enter into the rotating doors rotating on their own, and you just gracefully walk through, normal as always, and come out the
Slow
other
motion.
side.
We got the slow motion going.
As you look behind
Strutting.
you,
Flips
you
hair.
see.
At least we're not the only one. At least we're not alone in this.
You see in 2 separate sections of the rotating door, Melio and Edge just like. At what point you see Edge exit back outside and like go back in.
Millie was going into a slight frenzy panic, just, oh my god.
I don't want to be in a fishbowl.
Hestia starts sweating.
Eventually they make it through.
Did you enjoy your ride?
No! Alright,
Hestia stifles a laugh.
let's go, guys!
You guys.
Really? Sarah, can I have a cookie? I have most of Amelia.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You enter into a very similar.
We are pathetic.
Just get off the couch, man!
It worked.
You enter into a very similar
That's gonna sound great.
lobby as before, except you now notice that the elevators, the lifts, are blocked off by what appears to be sections that have metal bars in between them and what appear to be armed guards surrounding them.
Ooh. Fancy lips.
I approach the guards.
I take it we're somewhere important.
And they say,
Persuasion check.
hold on. I can't English. Hey, fellow guards. I see you're doing an upstanding job in keeping the safety. My question here is, what are you guarding for?
The guard doesn't move, and its face is completely covered. But you just hear Stoneface looking forward, this sort of weird, distorted voice speak, and say, "This is the Datra HQ."
Can I perception
that
check?
doesn't-
Or can I tell what it is? Or do you need me to do a
You have
perception?
no idea what this is.
Can I gather some information to figure out an idea of what it might
Can
be?
I roll an
Fellas, be
insight
so
check?
No,
kind.
because I can tell you you do not know what this is.
Okay.
Okay,
No matter what, you do not know what this is.
So
I try to go through.
The metal bar doesn't move.
I ask it, we're looking for books and information. Where could we find that?
Speak to the front desk.
was
Well,
there a front
don't
desk
tell
that we missed?
We didn't
It's
even
the
check
same-
for it.
It's a very similar lobby.
Okay.
This
We're
is
gonna
the
go to
only
the front
difference.
desk.
Go to the front desk.
You see the same feminine figures as before.
Oh,
Oh yes, the snobby bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hello.
We're looking
Greetings.
for up-to-date information on the Pirate Lords, current events and all that.
Oh, you need special access for that. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure we have it. Persuasion check.
Maybe let the bards do that.
Maybe let the bards.
Yeah,
It's-
no.
It's So is all of the information on the pirate lords? I'm just looking for stuff like biographies. It's for a current events project we're working on.
Yeah, we're just doing some like historical research, you know.
One moment, please. I'm sorry. It doesn't appear that any of the schools in the district are doing a current events project.
Oh, it's
Oh
not.
no,
it's not a
it's
school.
it's not a school project.
It's a
We're doing a self-research project.
we're homeschooled.
One moment, please.
Also, do we look like we're old enough to be in school?
It doesn't. You'd be surprised in this.
It's home college.
Yes.
Self-taught college courses.
One moment, please.
Online.
Online.
It doesn't appear that any of the homeschools in the sector are doing a current events project.
We weren't aware it had to be registered,
We're not from the sector. From an outside sector.
and we were told
We
it
came
was-
here because they said all the important research and information is here, and that we'd gather better answers in this sector.
Well, that's true. Fair enough. Do you have access?
I mean, we weren't aware. How would we go about getting it? We've never. First timers. Sorry, but do you know how we'd be going about getting access?
Oh, you would need express and personal permission.
From?
The head of histories.
And where could we find the head of history?
I'm going to guess in the history building that we just came from.
No.
Oh.
In their office.
Could you point us?
Can you point us in that direction?
The office.
Oh yes. Just one moment. You see a hologram appear.
I'm getting fucking sick of seeing this hologram.
And you see this
I
building.
fucking hate this sector.
You
None of the ladies here are hot except for Hestia and Melio.
This is the building you see on the hologram.
That one?
Yep, and you see a blinking light right there.
Gotcha. So we get express permission from. And is there any advice we can get for how to? Like, is there a form we need to fill out? Is there a certain number of requirements needed?
No, you just have to ask.
And he might say yes or no.
You'd have to convince them.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Well,
I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I've got the rest of the research papers in my bag, so
indeed. Well, thank you so much for being so helpful.
thank you.
Yes, that's quite literally my life.
I can see that, and we walk out, and we go
Have a
towards
great day.
there.
We exit.
And you start heading in that direction. And you head. I was gonna zoom in for this shit.
The bag is staring at me really creepily. The Chinese bag. It's just staring at me through the arm of the chair, and it makes me uncomfortable.
So from here, where my mouse is, you guys head around the building and enter into the single most blinding section.
Why
you've
does
been in
it
yet.
always have to be like
I think
this?
we have to
Why
buy
can't it just-
sunglasses.
Yeah, is there on our way
There
there?
are several sunglass vendors.
We are going to buy sunglasses.
Alright, you walk up to one of them, and it's just like a little umbrella stand.
I can't wear sunglasses.
And there are sunglasses.
Are there tabaxi friendly sunglasses? Because her ears don't exactly. They don't.
They don't fit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Well, not necessarily, because these don't appear to even have handles for ears.
Oh.
What do they do?
Do they just hang on your face?
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna-
Alright,
Take
so
those two.
tell
Are they
us
like-
about these.
Oh, well, they're sunglasses.
Well, yeah, I know. I figured. Is there anything special about them, sir?
They're designed by Datra.
Oh.
I don't know what you want.
Do they do anything fun aside from, protect your
They
eyes?
stay on your face forever. Well, not necessarily forever, until you take them off.
Okay, I was
I
about.
was
we're
going
about
to
have
say,
some
we're
concerns.
leaving.
I'm not going to be the asshole who wears their sunglasses at night.
Or indoors.
Oh, there's no such thing as night in Datra sector.
We're not from Dr. Sector, though.
Oh, well,
I myself went for the night.
welcome, in fact, then. Anyway, so you're
If you know
buying a
what
few
I
pairs?
mean. She's going to wink at Hestia when she says that.
So you're buying a few pairs?
Yes,
You're
please.
barking up the wrong tree.
All right.
No, that's Ashdy.
For all three of you, that'll
You're
be
pawing
about...
up the wrong
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
All three, that'll be about 650.
I'm not getting glasses.
Yeah, fuck that.
Never mind. Goodbye. Thank you.
All right. And you
Why is
enter.
everything in this sector so fucking expensive? Question.
You enter into the plaza, and
Probably
you can
because
see
of how modern
you can
everything
see
is.
this little like symmetrical area of greenery. I will mention you've noticed a lot of greenery for this being like a concrete jungle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a percentage. Anyways,
It's fine.
and you see like the sort of like big tiled floor of blue and white that have seating areas and vendors and people milling about. And you notice that on both sides of you, behind you is the HQ, in front of you see the factory, but to the side of you, you see two very tall, distinct buildings. One of which is red and seems to have scrolling text on it that reads Kokala.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna see if there's any Coca-Cola vendors around.
And there are many just on that side.
So I'm guessing that Coca-Cola is very popular here.
On the other side,
Is it blue?
it's blue and has scrolling text that reads Papai.
That's what I thought.
Oh my god.
Edge is gonna buy one of each.
They taste pretty much the same.
How much did they cost?
Kokala cost you about 50 gold,
No.
and Papai will cost you about 35 gold.
That's what you get for
Did
me.
they have samples? I don't want to pay that.
Of course I always have
Okay.
You notice as well that the Papai side is constantly screaming out, "Hey, locally made! We're locally made! Just reminder, just locally made. Just letting you know."
Okay, so like.
So
they
where's the
taste-
other one made?
They taste the same, but that one's like half the price. But they're also really annoying.
Is it because they're screaming locally made at
Yes.
you all of
Yes.
the time? Literally, as soon as you started drinking, they started
Yes.
screaming it.
Yes.
Okay.
Before I started drinking.
Oh,
Yes.
what does it matter?
I don't know. It's cheaper though.
I
it tastes
guess.
the same, but it's cheaper.
I don't really know
I just
if I
don't
want
get as good a feeling from it though.
I'm a
Coca-Cola had
little worried about what that does to you, considering we're
Do
in a...
I start getting a sugar buzz off this?
You feel a little jittery.
Maybe don't drink this again, alright?
Your pupils just
Let's-
went a
let's keep
little
going,
smaller.
ladies,
Let's
before
keep
you
it
end up
moving.
spending too much money on sugary drinks.
I think I just prefer the Sprite though.
There is no Sprite. There are no competitors except for Papai and Kokala. So, you walk over to... Jesus Christ, my buildings are getting in the way. You walk over to what this area appears to be a good amount of greenery, but mostly empty. And then you can see a staircase leading up.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, so you head up, and you end up on this flat plateau with two staircases heading out to either side of you. And you can see what appears to be a mural painted that has, it's half and half, and one half appears to have life and nature and beauty of the natural world, and the other is contrasted side by side by having the similar buildings and designs to what you have seen in your time here.
Everything about this sector gives me a bad feeling.
Likewise.
I don't like it.
I think you're just not used to it.
I want to go back to the medieval fantasy land.
I'd like to go back to
We
the
came
oceans.
We need to finish what we started here, and then we can go frolic in our barbaric.
Oh,
Alright.
I should probably clarify as well. At this point, if Edge is flirting with Hestia, and she'd probably clarify this as well after Hestia told her no, it's largely just, friendly joking. She doesn't actually mean it. I mean,
She kind of means it.
kind of, but
But,
she's
like-
also like, it's also like, how like friends do that. So it's like, it's casual.
Yes.
She's there's no expectations.
Yish.
It's
Alright.
literally just complimenting Hestia.
Shall we
She will
go in?
not say no.
Shall we go in?
Guess so.
I guess we go.
I'm gonna
Go
leave
in.
this all to you guys because the last time me and Ashley tried to do this, it did not go well. Let me tell
I mean, we're not going to
Just
argue that point.
smile and be pretty
Smile
as
and wave.
you are.
That's not gonna be difficult.
And
Smile
we
and
will
wave,
be
girls.
great.
Smile
Smile and wave.
Alright.
I feel like this is like Ocean 7 right now, like low key. Like, anyways, it's fine.
I thought it was Ocean's 8.
Whatever.
So
Ocean's 3.
you
That's
walk.
okay.
You walk up.
The one with the women.
You walk up the stairs and you end up on these glowing light blue pathways
Mm-hmm.
that seem to glow with every step you take. Where just like a little burst of color.
And just, like, jumping around on them. She's a little hyped up from the soda.
So you walk around and you end up finding what appears to be the main entrance of the factory, which you can tell at this point has no windows
That's creepy.
and no other visible doors.
I don't like that.
But you can also see smokestacks that seem to have smoke that dissipates pretty much as soon as it appears.
I don't like that.
So there's no doors anywhere?
There's a door, a visible door.
I really don't like that.
Right.
That looks like a prison.
That's kind of
There.
That looks worse than a prison. Even prisons have windows. I don't like that.
Can I tell if the smoke is like
Perception check.
gross?
Sure, you can perception.
Perception. I have a feeling we're not.
Alright, demon dice.
11. 17.
I'm putting these away.
8.
8. Emilio.
Yes.
It's smoke. Hestia and Edge.
Oh, one of my nice things.
It seems relatively clean.
So there's nothing like suspicious looking about it. Aside
It's
from
not
the
like
fact that
polluting the area.
No, it's pretty clean.
maybe this place isn't so bad after all.
I
Yes,
don't trust it.
fascinating. Can you pass me the dice tray actually?
Yep.
Thank you.
Where did I lost it. There it is. One of my dice boxes fell open.
Oh.
I'm switching out my dice.
Alright.
No, I told y'all one of the dangers at playing D&D at a game store is when your dice don't work, you can just walk over and buy a new set. It's not healthy for the wallet.
Why would you buy a new set of your dice?
What?
Why would you buy a new set?
Oh, huh.
It's hard not to. Alright.
It's a valid
Alright, guys.
question.
Alright,
Because
guys.
the old ones aren't working, so you need to get new ones.
Alright, guys.
Not naturally.
It's one of the few suspicions that actually works out.
Yeah.
It's
When a set of dice are not working, you switch to a new set of dice, and then they work.
this is what happens.
Yeah, I had questions last time we were here about. Yeah, okay, now I get it.
It's hard when you see pretty dice too. It's hard to not be like,
God,
"Ooh."
I'm regretting not buying that
It also-
Egyptian set.
It also
I'm
doesn't help that
so mad.
it also doesn't help that you can roll up to 17 dice for an attack.
I once rolled 5 d20s for a single attack.
What the fuck?
Monk of the Five Spires. It was an
Oh,
NPC.
So you notice one doorway.
Mhm. No other windows. Can I like investigate a little bit further to see if there's like no other openings
God,
aside from where the smoke is coming out of?
Sure.
Roll investigation, I assume.
I will do the same. I am assisting. Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah,
Never mind.
You're
No
good.
needed.
Never mind.
There are no other openings, as far as you can tell. From what you can tell, is that as you're looking around the building to see if you can find anything, you notice that in a couple spots the light hits it just slightly in the right way for a brief second, and you can see through the light.
Oh. Hey guys.
Yeah.
There's no windows, but it seems like when the light hits it just right, you can actually see through it. So it's not completely solid.
Translucent.
I would say something like that. Yeah.
I mean, like, it looks like glass.
It's glass.
That's weird. But I guess it makes it slightly better. It's still a rather unfriendly appearance.
Well, we might as well go in.
Mm-hmm.
We're going.
Alright, so you enter into this sort of small entry hallway that leads to another door. But what you notice is that as you enter inside, the walls are that you expected to be completely opaque. That you can see through what appear to be like small window-like squares.
Oh, wow, interesting. So they are windows. You just can't see from without. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
So we're going to. Is there a front desk in here as well?
It's an entry hallway that leads to a door.
We're gonna go to the door.
All right. It does not open for you.
Can we try? Do we need to do any kind of check?
What do you do in your face? Is it locked? Is it?
It is a sliding door.
We're going to slide the door open.
Can we try to pry it open?
You notice a button and a little similar-looking lined black circle off to the left.
Press the button.
You hear a buzz, just like. Yeah.
Hi, we're need to talk to the head of the histories to get access to current events, especially that relating to the pirate lords and other such matters.
Do you have access?
We're looking to request access.
To the building.
How do we get access to this?
How do we get access to this building?
Nobody told us.
We weren't told that we needed to get access to this building. We thought it was just a thing.
Well, no, you see, due to recent events, you need access.
Recent events, what do you mean?
Have you not heard about Merriman stuff?
No, we didn't. When did that happen?
Like a week ago.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we were a little bit out of town at that time, so
Yeah.
it's a pity to hear though. Merriment was great. I look at you and I go, and I talk to him. Okay, and I say I'm fine. Well, I mean, in that case, I completely understand your security measures, but we're really just here to have a short conversation with the head of
really
history.
need access to those current events.
We can just have someone escort us, guide us, keep an eye on it, if it's possible.
Well, no, sorry. You're fine to walk around the building, but you need access to the building, which now you kind of need express access from Datra himself. And, I mean, after those events, we can't be open to everyone.
That's
understandable.
understandable.
Is there any way you could tell me where we could get access from Datra?
Like where
How
we
could
can
we contact him?
I'm sure he's a very busy man.
Well, Datra tends to really contact people and give them permission, but I'm sure you can find a way.
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's worth. I think we might just have to take the failing grade, Melio. We might just have to. I don't know if this is. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure Miss Darcy will understand. This isn't worth it.
I don't.
There's too many hoops to jump through.
But we can't fail this grade.
We're better off going and interviewing Jack himself.
But see, if we fail this grade, we won't be able to get into the school. We won't be able to pass. Our dreams are not gonna come true. Amelia starts sobbing into the microphone. It's just we've worked so hard
and Hestia is like comforting Amelia.
And I just wanna. We just need to get permission to get into the new history department, and it's been such a long day. And my dog died. And I just saw relentlessly.
Ma'am.
Yes.
I don't have emotions.
It's fine. I'm not trying to get arrested here. I just keep going.
We're sorry. We'll head out. Seriously, Melee, I really don't think it's worth it.
Get out.
We're gonna leave.
Yep. So you walk back outside.
We walk back outside.
We're gonna walk back. Yeah.
Make perception checks.
Oh boy! A 12! 18!
15.
You don't notice shit. Hey, Edge.
Oh, shit.
Do we happen to coincidentally see Datra walking towards us?
I don't
So off to the right side. Off to the right side, you see just in the corner of your eye, you
she she's gonna take a look and look. Is it Datra looking closer?
It's Datra. He's wearing a very distinct outfit.
Edge doesn't even bother telling him. She is about to bolt, thinks better of it at the last second, and starts walking purposefully towards him and dragging those two along. Keep up the waterworks, Melio.
I keep sorry, I'm just like,
keep crying.
I don't like my dog,
and
but also my cat.
And Hestia
And
is
then my
like,
fish.
I know.
so she's gonna kind of leave them about 15 feet away and then walk towards Datra and be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Datra, sir?
He seems to keep walking. He hasn't noticed you.
Mr. Datra, sir?" She's gonna do her best to
Steve
get in front of him.
I keep crying.
Excuse me.
I start sliding down.
Excuse me.
Okay, get
He still doesn't seem to notice you and just keeps walking.
It's very important. We just need to get access to the head of history so that we can get access to the current events page so that we don't fail this class. I was just wondering if you could possibly do that for us.
He's still walking.
Get in front of him.
I mean, that's what I tried to do.
Were you getting?
Oh yeah, I was getting in front of him.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
So you run up in front of him, and he just stops there for a second as you're talking.
Hi. Super sorry to bother you, and I'm sure you're a very busy man. It's 2 seconds of your time. So we're part of Current Events Club, and doing for a class project. We are doing just a study on some of the pirate lords of today, and we were trying to get into the current events area of the HQ building that I forgot the name of, but they said that we needed to ask them for head history, and we went to them, but they said that due to recent events, which we totally understand, by the way, we needed to get access from you, and then we happened to see you as we were leaving, and I was kind of wondering if you could just possibly...
His face, from what you can tell, is very quizzical looking, and then you just see him take his hand to his forehead and just, "Can I help you?"
Did you hear anything I just said?
No.
Oh. Sorry. So, hi. My name is Bright Feather. But me and my friends, and she kind of gestures over to Hestia, my classmates, and I, we're doing a group project on current events for one of our schools. We're not from this district, but we're from this sector, but we needed to we're doing current events, and we were told the best place to get information was Datra's sector, and we were like, well, of course. And so, we went to the histories, and the Hall of Histories, and they said that for current events, we needed to go to the HQ. So we went there, but we didn't have access, and they said we had to get access from the head of histories. So we went there, but they said due to recent events, which we understand, we had to get access for that from you, and it's really important that we pass this class and do this project. It's we completely understand if it's too much, but it's just a small thing. We'll be in and out in 5 minutes.
I'm crying.
Yeah,
Sobbing.
Complete shambles.
But she's also further off, not on him. I mean, we just happened to see you walking by, and we're like, well, it can't hurt to ask, right?
Okay. That is, by far, the worst cover story I've ever heard.
You're not even gonna let her roll deception? Oh boy.
Not for this character.
Yeah, okay, fine. But it's true that we need to get into that building. We're not looking to hurt anyone, we just need the information.
I'm still crying.
It'll give me a good reason.
So,
He thinks for a moment.
and there's a few theories that there are people who are not who they say they are.
He nods. Do you have an access code?
That's what we came to you for.
Keep telling people to give him out in the entrance. And you see him messing with roll his sleeve up and starts messing with his arm. And you see him slide a compartment down.
Oh god.
And you just see two rows of cards of varying colors. And he sifts through them. To remind them, give them out the entrance. Tell people the information they need to know. And he hands you a yellow a yellow card and slides the compartment.
Is this good for all three of us?
If one of you slides and you're all together, it should be. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank
We'll
you,
remember
Datra.
this.
And
Melee, you
nice work
can
in the
stop crying
city,
now.
by the way.
Yeah,
Melee, you can stop.
I mean,
crying
it's
now,
been
we got it.
1,500 years, so.
I literally,
I mean, this is quite the sight.
I go from fully crying to just be like, oh, okay, cool.
Like she has like a little.
She like
she's starting her
recompose. She
own-
like literally gets up and is just like composed.
She has like she started her own little ocean.
in the middle of Datra's sector.
I just like rub my face. I have a question, DM.
Yeah, what's up?
Does Datra know us? Like, would we know if he knows us?
Do we do
let's
perception
have
checks?
Datra talk real fast.
Datra, continue.
Oh, and honestly, I'm mostly helping you because the idiot dog friend of yours is not here.
Yeah,
Fair.
we're not sure where he went. We're pretty sure he went to Denver.
I would not be surprised after his performance at the forum.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's probably at Jack's getting interesting.
As I said.
Yes, and
Yeah.
That's a word for it.
we're working on training him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's the worst idea we've come up with.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
won't
figure
happen.
it out. Sorry about that.
It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just
I mean, it can't be the first time it's happened, right?
yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Yes. it
I'm
is.
actually kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay. Well, thank you very
Just-
much for your help.
just a word of advice.
Sure.
Number one, don't bother me when you see me.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Number two, be careful.
We
Don't
can do
be
that.
idiots.
We can try to do that.
Ashdy's not here, so we
That's-
may have a better chance of that.
That's true. Thanks again for the help.
Absolutely.
We won't bother you again.
And you see his body take on the same form as holograms and disappear.
Cool.
That's
So, I-
interesting.
I'm
I forgot to ask him if this is access directly to the current events or if this is access to the head of histories.
DM, can you answer that question? Are we just gonna have to play hooky and find out?
You're just gonna have to find out.
Okay, well, the head of histories is right there, so we're gonna pop in there. We're gonna check that first.
Well, as you're walking by the doors, you actually notice that the keycard blinks when you pass a certain part of the wall.
Okay.
Gonna take a few steps back.
It's blinking, just like a soft yellow light.
When we walk closer to it, does anything happen?
Hold it up to the wall.
You hold it right up against the wall.
Yeah.
You hear beep, and doors slide open.
Cool.
Amazing.
Let's go. Let's go.
We go in.
What's in there?
It's just a hallway, and it appears as you're walking down just this really long hallway.
Is it a familiar looking hallway?
No.
Oh, okay.
As you're walking, the walls are completely as they appear to be here, except every once in a while you're walking and you hear beep, 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 and the card's flashing.
At the first beep, I'm gonna stop and do the same thing.
The door's open.
What's
As
inside?
It appears to be like a lab.
Is there people inside? What are they working on?
No, the lights appear to be off. It seems like no one's working in here right now.
Can we investigate?
Is there any receptionists?
It's a lab.
No, like
Can we investigate?
outside of that.
It's a hallway.
We're
No
gonna
one.
go to the next beep and see what's in there.
Can we investigate? We're not even gonna try and do a perception check.
I mean, we can. I can't imagine. Well, I guess we can.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, why the hell is it?
Let's do some
Might as well.
investigating.
We do some investigating in the lab.
I did not do the investigating.
Alright.
I did a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Actually, I think I got a total of 5.
Oh yeah, no. You don't notice shit.
Yeah,
You
no.
can't see in the dark now, apparently.
Yeah, I'm the only one with dark vision.
Perfect.
No, I'm not. I think Testy is the only one without dark vision.
Yes.
Do I have
So-
dark vision? No, do you?
No, I don't think you do.
No, I don't.
I think it's just me and Ashdy actually. So I am the only one with dark vision.
I would rule you have dark vision in the ocean.
In the ocean, sounds good.
That makes sense.
So, Hestia, as you're walking around looking at things, you actually notice that there are a few potions of healing that are sort of laid out like they've been created.
Good.
I'm just gonna
Good.
swipe them.
There are
Damn
3
it.
of them.
I'm going to take them.
Gonna take those bad boys.
Emilio, you also notice the healing potions. They've been swiped already.
Yeah.
But,
They're mine now, suckers. I'm just kidding. Words.
My brain stopped.
There you.
Okay, I rolled a
We
natural
are
20.
gonna-
She saw some.
I saw the healing
She
potions.
grabbed them. I
Was
also
there
saw
anything
them.
else we're investigating here?
I'm trying to think.
He's doing what Edge is seeing right now. Just jack shit all.
You managed to find what appears to be one of the heads of like the feminine figures you've been seeing.
Ah!
Ooh, can I put it on?
No.
Oh.
It's closed
it's not
off.
like a
It's
helmet.
closed
Oh.
off on the bottom.
Ashdy picks it up. Does it do anything?
Nope.
Do I see anything else?
Just like a bunch of other gobbledygook you can't make sense of.
Edge has been distracted by a small red blinking light.
Multiple.
She
in fact.
paws at
Yeah.
it.
What are those lights?
Hmm?
What are those lights?
The random blinking lights on random equipment.
I turn to Hestia. Hestia, I don't quite know if.
Hey, what if we take this head? Do you think
Let's-
it'll get us anywhere?
No. Do you
We can
remember?
freak out Ashdy with it.
Hey.
Ladies, do you remember what Datra said? Don't do anything stupid. Stealing from a lab might be stupid.
I already
We
took
don't-
the healing potions.
We don't know if we're being watched.
Maybe if we smash that head, we won't be.
Let's leave the head untouched so that if someone comes in here, they don't realize it's missing. I would suggest
Good call.
leaving the potions, but they are useful, so that is up to you.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
just,
leave a little bit of gold on the counter for the potion.
Write an IOU.
I owe you 100. I'm gonna write. No, yeah, that's a better idea. I'm gonna get a little piece of paper. Oh, but they might be able to identify handwriting.
yeah, just leave the gold and
Yeah,
let's-
I'll leave 150 gold on the table.
I would leave a feather, but that's very obvious.
Yeah, I'll leave 150 gold.
just
on the
leave
table.
150 gold. And let's get out of here.
Alright, let's bounce.
Yep. You exit the lab, and you're going to the next blinking.
Yes.
You enter into what appears to be a supply closet.
Ooh, anything interesting?
Rooms.
Do
Can
they fly?
I use any of them?
It's a suite.
Can I enchant
Is
the
there
broom?
bleach that I can drink?
You can enchant brooms here.
Oh, sweet.
Can we? Well,
We
we
can
can.
buy
We
a
don't need
broom.
to steal.
We
Yeah, we
don't-
don't need
we
to
don't
steal.
need
a
I mean,
broom.
I'm a witch. I just need a hat.
We just need. If we buy a broom, we could probably get the enchantsmith to enchant it.
Yeah, let's move forward.
So we'll keep moving on. Next door.
Hestia
Next
grabs
beat.
a broom.
Next,
I take
next
the broom
beep,
out of your hands and
God
shove it
damn
back.
it.
next beep, you enter into what appears to be a large cafeteria.
Oh, is there anyone in here?
It's empty.
Food.
Is there any food here?
There seems to be a buffet setup.
I'm gonna get some.
Hestia takes all the breadsticks and leaves.
Yeah, we're just gonna start shoving breadsticks in the
You
purse.
you notice that there is no food set up,
Oh.
but there are just blinking lights next to names of food.
Wow. Well, fuck, that's
Let's-
boring.
Let's
They're
go.
breadsticks.
Other breadsticks.
There's a name that says breadsticks next to a glowing button. Yeah.
I'm gonna pass.
Is there a schedule anywhere? Like, says like cafeteria hours? Oh. Okay. Well,
Are
let's
there
go.
people in there? Like, do they
No,
glow?
The lights are dimmed. Like no one's in here right now.
Okay. Well, go to the next beat.
Next beep is another empty lab.
Anything interesting?
No. Similar stuff to before, but nothing particularly new or interesting,
No
or
investigation.
that you can make sense of.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're just gonna keep going on this way until we find either a library or something interesting.
Yeah. So
Basically.
you actually don't go very far until you reach the end of the hallway.
Oh.
Which I assume you just automatically key card.
Yep.
And doors open up to a lift.
Another one.
Let's get in the lift. How many buttons are in the lift?
5. And they have names next to them.
Not
What do
worth
they
it.
say?
The 5th one says Datra. The 4th one says head of economy. The third one says head of entertainment. The second one says head of histories.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one says head of science.
I'm going to point to the one that says head of entertainment, and I'm like,
No.
I mean,
No, history.
Nope.
No, I know. It's just, as far as I've learned, heads and entertainment go together pretty well.
Oh, right.
And then I'm
Like
going to
this.
press the head of history one.
Yeah.
So the doors to the lift shut
Mm-hmm.
and then open a millisecond later
Oh.
Okay.
to a new hallway.
Oh boy.
We walk out
We're
into
gonna
the
go down the
hallway,
hallway.
I guess.
Listening for the beeping again.
Not a hallway. Sorry.
Okay.
It's like an entrance hallway,
Like a foyer.
like a foyer that has a desk with another feminine figure sitting behind it.
Hi.
And there,
These people
this
love
is
the women.
actually different to what you've seen before, because it actually looks like there's brown and greens and greenery and like couches to sit upon, and it's
Nice.
what you think people might call modern architecture.
Pretty.
So I'm going to go up to the desk and we'll be like, hi, we're here to see the head of histories.
Oh, yes. Do you have your access card?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really? Let me see that for you. Yeah. And she takes it and plugs it into somewhere behind the desk.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a special one. There you go.
Yes. Absolutely it is.
Uh,
Wouldn't
just
be anything else.
head for the door to your left, to your right.
Okay. And we go that way.
So you enter and you enter into a massive library with 2 floors.
Is it the same setup as the one that we were in?
This is a classic-looking library.
Okay. Is there any librarians?
Yeah, is there any...
There are no librarians.
No sexy librarian.
Not even the sexy kind.
Is it scary kind from Welcome to Night Vale?
Nope.
Is there like a room where the head of history
is
might
there
be?
can we find...
You notice on the second floor there appears to be a space between 2 bookshelves that heads inward.
We're gonna head up there.
Yep. So you find the stairs, and you head up there.
Glue that I can use to fix my shoe.
No, how glue, that's true.
Works. So you head up there, and it bows inwards, and you notice that the bookshelf continues and then continues, but there's a doorway right in the center.
I knock on the doorway.
Yep, it's a sound of nice wood.
Does the key card open it?
Does the key card do anything?
Is there a doorbell or a...
Nope. You
I
knock.
just knocked on it.
From behind the door, you just hear, one moment, please.
Is it the same voice we heard over the speaker?
This appears to be like a human voice.
Okay.
A couple moments pass by, and the door's still not opening.
I try to open the door.
It's locked.
Don't get hasty now.
No, just please, just one moment.
Alright, sorry. Please hurry.
Are you Canadian?
A couple more moments pass
Sorry.
by. A couple more moments pass by.
Hestia kicks the door.
And
Yo!
Hestia, don't be rude.
Sorry.
Please,
And Edge says that loudly.
please do not. Please don't do that. It's very nice.
Sorry, I tripped on your door.
Please, just one more moment.
Okay. Hestia starts browsing, like
yeah, we're just
turning
gonna
around
start
and like
browsing
looking.
the books. Yeah.
I'm just sitting in front of the doorway. Standing.
So, approximately 15 minutes pass. And finally you hear the sounds of locks behind the door.
Hi.
And opening the door, you notice a, like, sort of average height halfling, dressed in just sort of basic clothing. with short, sort of sandy brown hair, who's just standing sort of timidly, just like, how can I help you?
Hi, are you the head of histories?
Yes, I am.
What is your name? Just so that...
1 second.
I wasn't sure if that was him or if that
I was really confused
Yeah.
for a second.
Is it a girl or a boy or a
It's
they?
a guy.
Okay.
Percival.
Percival Frederick Steinbaum, musical Oscar III?
No.
Percy.
Yeah, you can call me
Oh,
Percy.
I'm sorry. I did not ask.
Oh.
May we call you Percy?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
So, Percy.
Shouldn't we introduce ourselves first?
Are we going to be giving our real names?
Oh, hell
course
no.
not.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bright Feather. You can just call me Feather, and these are my friends.
Savannah.
Savannah?
Savannah.
Ava.
Savannah. Ava and
Yes.
Feather. Okay.
Yes. So, we're not gonna get into the whole thing, but we're investigating what happened to Baronin.
Oh. Yes.
And for that, we need access to the current event records in the HQ.
Hestia did sneeze.
We may have she's gonna kind of like lean in, like conspiratally, may have come across some information that there are people who are not who they say they are. There may be a couple of them.
Well, that would make sense.
Why?
It just makes sense. I don't imagine anybody, as they currently are, to do anything like this. So.
Yes.
Exactly.
There are certain.
This is a main priority for the safety of everyone,
I
including
mean,
yourself.
And I mean, you've seen the security measures that have been going up lately,
No,
which
yes.
are, in our opinion, absolutely necessary. And in fact, we may want to put a couple more up. But we were told that you were the person to talk to about access to those records.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just get the key card for you.
Thank you very much.
He waddles into his office. And he you can see into his office, and you see him go behind his desk and just open up a drawer and just fingering for it. Do you need more than one?
So we need
It's
more
just
than one.
it's preferably, but it's just the three of us. But it'd be preferable in case we split up. So, actually, we might need 4. We have another member of our group who's not with us. So if you could get 4, that would be great.
Oh,
And
yeah.
2, if 4 is too much, we can handle 2.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah,
Yeah, just in case. I'll just give you 2.
that works. That's
Thank
absolutely
you, Percy.
Yes, thank you, Percy.
He shuts his drawer and waddles back over to you guys. Here you go. And he hands you what appear to be brown cards.
Brown cards. So we get 2 brown cards, and we'll divide these up.
Before he shuts his door, can I get an idea of what it looks like in his room?
It appears to be like very warm and similar to the lobby area. You can see a couple more bookshelves and his desk sitting there, and what appears to be a fireplace. The most unusual thing of it is that there appear to be 2 large windows on either side of the room that seem to look out to the environment you're not in.
So
what
what's
is
the
his
deal with that?
I mean,
It appears to be like green meadows and forests.
I'm
Yeah, I don't
picturing
wanna-
the classic Windows background.
can I tell if it's like real? Like, is there a dimension behind
It
them?
looks real.
I don't want to question it because then he'll
So
get nervous.
it seems like people in the sector really like their greenery. That's interesting considering the amount of technology that has been established in this sector. Is there any reason for that?
Datra's all that, what he calls going green. It's very fitting. But yeah, just, stuff that wouldn't, what's the word? Pollute our environment.
Yes, I mean.
Apparently Datra's had many issues with that in the past, so.
Yeah, I guess I could explain the smoke we saw earlier. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I just
thank
wanted
you,
to know.
Percy.
I was
You've been
curious.
very helpful.
Indeed, please.
We appreciate your time.
Stay safe.
Yeah, you as well.
We appreciate it very much.
He shuts the
We're gonna
door, and you can hear the locks going back on.
Yeah, it's a couple more.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
So, great.
You hear the slamming of a wooden block.
Oh, right. Percy.
I love giving people paranoia. Anyway, that was out of character. We are going to head back to the HQ after we're finally done with our wild fucking goose chase.
Yep.
This is like when I tried to get enrolled at CPCC, you damn fuck.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let's head on back.
You head on back to the HQ, and this time you walk up to the turnstiles, and guards don't pay you any mind still.
Scan.
You scan it, and it gives you a little beep, and a little brown light, and you can turnstiles now move.
And we go through.
Yep.
Hopefully with not the same ridiculousness as the rotating doors. Edge does not go through the rotating
Make
door.
acrobatics checks.
Oh, hell no.
That
No,
I can
no,
do.
No.
I have a +5.
Actually, fuck it. Yeah, acrobatics checks.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I regret
Natural 20.
everything.
All right.
A 21. I'm on fire.
7.
Oh!
Again.
So, Ash,
I hate my life.
Melio and Hestia, you both gracefully walk through with ease.
This is
Flips.
ridiculous.
Long blonde hair, just. Yeah, anyways.
I hate
Edge.
everything right now.
Meanwhile,
Edge,
No.
you look at the three-pronged turnstile.
No, Edge takes a look at it and she's gonna jump over it and then trip and fall.
Not even. Edge takes a look at it and tries to put her foot through it,
oh no.
and then falls
Why must you be just so determined to embarrass me?
and spins on the turnstile
Alright.
before collapsing on the other side.
Such grace, Edge.
Hestia looks at the guards to see if they've reacted.
They do not react.
God damn it.
Nobody saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to learn modify memory and forget it. None of you saw that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that, sweetie.
That's actually a spell I can learn.
It is.
Alright.
I can't wait to get some of my higher level guard spells.
So, you now have access to the elevators.
We go up.
You go into the lift, and it's a lot different than before. The advertisements are still there, but there are no buttons.
Oh.
How do we go up?
We asked the guards. So how does this work?
Y'all know you got $100 sitting over here, right?
It's fake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
For you, maybe.
The guard responds in the same voice. The same way you access everything else.
Oh.
Guard?
Brown card?
Card.
And we're gonna do the card?
You put it up where you think the button should be, and it blinks, and the doors shut very quickly.
Zoom.
Alright.
And you just feel yourselves move very quickly up the floors.
I hold on to the walls.
Nobody better throw up, I swear to God.
I'm gonna throw up on his. No, I'm kidding.
Sarah will see to it when I get back.
You eventually, the elevator stops and the doors open, and you end up walking into a fairly spacious room, not very large, but a spacious room, that has windows on all four sides that you can look out of. And just in the center of the room, there appears to be a larger version of the lecterns that you had before.
We're gonna go over to it.
Yep, it's the same process as before. Touch to begin.
Touch to begin.
Gotcha.
Same bar comes up, same
Brown.
keyboard. Brown?
Brown. Pirate Lord Brown.
This time, instead of something appearing on the screen, a massive holographic screen
God.
appears in front of you.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Hestia, is surprisingly okay with this.
And on the screen, since you typed in Pirate Lord Brown, instead of giving you a list of books or biographies or information,
It's a Wikipedia page?
no.
Oh.
It shows you any information they have, pictures they have, and then a file that reads VIDEOS.
Chesty taps it.
It enlarges to cover the whole screen, and you just see several files.
Well,
You just going for the first one that's on there?
I just hit play all. Oh, or not.
It's a very short VIDEOS.
Videos.
I think it's
Videos?
I think it's
Videos.
Videos.
Yeah, it's a very short video. And it simply just shows Brown walking into the same hallway that you had in the factory.
Okay.
You click on the next one.
It's later on in that hallway.
Click on the next one.
On this next one, you see him at the end step into the elevator, and something moving in the bottom corner of the screen.
Can we enlarge it?
I look
Can we zoom in
further.
on that?
You can rewind and take a look.
Yeah.
Take a
we're gonna
look.
do
Do we do perception check for this?
Perception.
Just general perception?
General perception.
17.
rolling really badly tonight, guys.
17.
15.
15. Hey, Heston.
Hey.
Oh, fuck.
You see Edge's tail.
Does an edge have a tiny, tiny tail?
It's rather short, actually. It's not teeny tiny, but it's very short. Like if to see the edge of my to see the end of my tail, it would have been
It's in the very corner of the screen.
probably would have seen more of like my legs. My tail's pretty short.
What?
Okay,
What's
so
about
what-
it?
We're
What's
going
you
with
see?
anyway.
You
All right.
You recognize
Anyways.
something similar to Edge.
Yes.
So, did any of you guys catch that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Why was your... Hold on.
But Brown was in this video. Can we identify like when and where? Like, can we recognize the area he was in?
He's actually probably
It's the
with
same.
us as we speak.
It's the same hallway you walked in where the laboratories were. You notice that it's after you exited the cafeteria.
And does he look like he's looking at our direction?
He doesn't notice you, from what you can tell.
And we didn't notice him. That's a good thing. Edge is gonna be a little curious now. Now that she's seen this, she's gonna hit back a few times and back to the search screen. She's gonna type in Bright Feather.
There is only... You see the same 3 folders, and you just see a description of yourself, but with the name Bright Feather. A picture of your face standing in the doorway at the histories, and a brief video.
I'm gonna click on the video.
It shows you walking up to the door and Emilio knocking.
Interesting.
I put in Savannah.
It's very similar description of you, but with the name Savannah.
Surely, but we didn't give any last names, and Bright Feather isn't. Bright Feather, I can understand.
Well,
Savannah,
if
Ava.
these videos are documenting everything, they wouldn't need to. If they have, if
But surely
these
it's-
can somehow.
I'm gonna Google Rick.
Okay.
I'm going to search Rick. That one. I'm gonna search Rick.
Just Rick.
Rick.
This is a bit different.
Okay.
You now see a list of all the Ricks on record.
Interesting. I'm gonna do Ava,
You have a list of all the Avas on record.
but there was only one Savannah and
And only one Bright Feather.
Bright Feather. I can understand. It's
Yeah.
interesting. One of my the name that I picked is one of my crew members, so that's one of the reasons why I was searching.
So maybe it's just all the
Because I was
people...
curious, but I also don't
Dare
think
we
my crew.
search our names?
So it's
Right.
probably just all the people in the sector. Meaning Savannah's not a common name in this sector.
Yeah.
I put in Bearment Death.
You see several different what appear to be articles, and a picture of Berryment, and pictures of all of his crew members, as well as all the pirate lords. And then you see videos that appear to have Berryman in them.
So no videos of his death.
No videos of his death.
I'm going to type in Bearman death suspects.
That site would have been too gruesome to document. I understand why they didn't do this.
No information comes up.
We're going to go back to Pirate Lord Brown, I think.
Actually,
what did you? Yeah, I was going to go ahead.
First, I put in Nottingham.
Okay. Similar as before, there is information on Nottingham, descriptions of him, things he has done, etc., etc. His role as captain of the guard, and then you see a note, an amendment saying, current stand-in pirate lord of Sector 8. You see a picture of Nottingham, of Berryman, of all the crew, of people associated with Nottingham, which includes pirate lords. And you see many different videos that have Nottingham in them.
Is there anything that shows activity that he's been doing stuff since the moment we killed him?
This is all recent activity.
So
everything you see here is all the information up to date by the second for everybody on record.
But so has he been active since they killed him?
How many days has it been?
Like 2.
This is the third day.
Yeah.
Because you guys killed him right before
you can see a video from yesterday.
Oh.
Does it look like normal? Does he just look like he's walking around?
It's just Nottingham walking around.
Guys.
Can we zoom in on that?
Nice.
He seems to be in the H building, from what you can tell.
Guys.
Okay. That's
We need to zoom in. Is there anything that we can see in that video that we can distinguish? No scar marks, anything?
Nope.
Okay, we need to go.
Well, when was the video taken?
Yesterday.
Oh no, it's fine. He probably
we'll
is
be
not
fine.
here. We'll be fine.
Let's go back to Brown.
Wait. I'm sorry. Or actually, is there?
No, go ahead.
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, sorry. I put in G.
Nothing comes up.
The
Gideon?
one.
Nothing comes up.
Okay, that's all I wanted to check.
Okay.
You continue.
Excuse me. I guess so. Go back to Brown then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Go back to
go
Brown. No, you're fine.
Alright, you go back to Brown.
We're going to look at the files.
Okay.
I suppose.
It mostly contains blueprints of ships, as well as the minuscule amount of information they have about Brown. You learn the same information Hestia did, that Brown is a last name.
Mm-hmm.
You see a file that says family tree.
We're going to click on that one.
Okay. You see a fairly large family tree. Every single individual on the tree has the name Brown as the last name.
Yeah.
We're going to find the most recent Brown.
Okay.
Does it match the description of the guy we've seen?
It matches
Do any of these people match the description of the people that guy we saw?
the most recent branch.
Okay.
Do we have an identifier?
The name, the first name, is corrupted.
Oh. Okay.
That's interesting.
We're going to click on it. Is there any sort of death date? Any sort of recent disappearances?
It has a birth date.
What is it?
September 1485.
What year is it now?
1500.
Wait, is it? It's just 85. It's not comma 85.
It's 85.
It's 1485.
Oh.
14
Dash 25, but yeah.
Oh, it's not September 14th.
No.
Okay.
No, September 1485.
Dash.
And it is the year 1500-25 now.
So that's 50 years. No. That's not 50 years. That's 40 years.
That is exactly.
Which matches up.
That is exactly 15 years.
15.
That's 15 years.
Oh, make it 75. 25 years.
Yeah, I was like, the dash
Wait, you
25
said it was-
indicates his age.
Oh!
No, Dash 25 is the.
Dash 25 is the era.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I thought it was 1525 was the year.
No.
Never mind. Okay, but that does match up.
So he's 20,
He's 21?
25 years old.
Alright, yeah, so he's like 2 years older than Hestia. Well, according to this.
Is there any way for us to
5 years
download
old.
this data?
Hmm?
Is there any way for us to like take some of this data with us?
Amelia's writing her down. She has like a little shit. She writes shit down.
You would not know because the technology is foreign to you.
Yeah.
If we were familiar with the key cards, I'm sure the key cards would work something like, or maybe I'm metagaming here, but maybe the key cards work like USB drives. Okay.
I'm gonna type in Ashdy.
Alright,
Oh boy.
so, a description of Ashdy with the name Ashdy Elms appears in the files, as well as information on Ashdy,
Oh boy.
including what he's done, where he's been,
Oh,
where he
God.
was born.
Oh no.
You see a picture of Ashdy, as well as your faces.
Oh no.
You also see a picture that underneath reads the name Suleiman, and several hundred other people you do not recognize that are associated with Ashdy. And then you see only a couple videos.
Can we
It's
see
on
those?
Yeah.
One video shows Ashdy walking into the Enchantsmith.
Okay.
In the daytime or in the nighttime?
When did this happen? The nighttime?
The
The nighttime.
Me and Ed's just...
Is there a video of him walking out?
Is there? Yeah.
There is a video of him walking out with Sheila.
I wonder if Sheila's the daughter of the guy.
That's what I mean. She must be, right?
I mean, why would he hold his daughter around?
Right?
There
I
was-
mean,
Sheila's
family
a little bit
business,
of a
am I
whore.
right? But I mean...
There is also another video of him walking in with all three of you.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna type in Melio.
Yep, there's a description of Melio and
Oh,
the name
shit.
Melio Kakanakai, as well as where you were born
Oh no.
and the provinces you've been to.
Oh boy.
I'm
There
gonna
is a
type-
picture of your face along with all of your faces. There is a couple videos.
Can we watch those?
They're around the Enchantsmith.
Okay.
Oh god.
So we know the Enchantsmith is being watched.
So,
Do you think Marvin knows?
he has to. I'm sure.
We maybe should let him know.
Well then.
Look up your name.
Alright.
I
I
don't
look
know
up
what-
Hestia's.
You look at Hestia. Hestia,
Adrian?
Adrian, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
I was like, I was thinking stuck on the last name.
The name Hestia Adrian pops up.
Oh boy.
A description of yourself, where you were born, all that information, including a file that independently says the incident.
What is this?
There's a picture of your face, along with the party, the leaders of the town you lived in. And then there are several videos that are all the Enchantsmith and all that sort of associated stuff. And one additional video.
Oh god.
What's the video?
Hestia, should we click on that? We're going down. I feel like we should ask before.
It's nothing I'm not ashamed of.
Are you sure
Click.
about that?
We're clicking.
Look. Hold on, literally. Are you sure about that?
In the thumbnail, you see the burning crosses.
Are you sure?
Hestia, what is this?
I guess this is something that I can't explain, so you're just gonna have to see it for yourself.
If you're certain, if you want your past to remain the past, we don't have to do this.
I am more
My curiosity doesn't outweigh my.
We know you now. We don't need to know you then.
I am more than my past.
We're not gonna click on it.
Alright.
I want to see it.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, Hestia can click on it. If
Hestia
you want.
clicks on it anyway.
Okay, well,
It fills up the entire screen, and You immediately recognize it as your town during that time.
Cue heart here.
There are several burning stakes already with people charred on them, hanging from them. And you can see huge crowd of people just cheering it on and just
Hestia's biting her lip.
And you see Hestia being dragged out to an empty, unburned stake.
Hestia?
Keep watching.
You see Hestia get placed upon the stake.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Me too.
Although I might have goosebumps because I'm sitting right next to him.
I just have goosebumps.
You see Hestia screaming and crying out, and it's less sadness and more anger. And then you witness as what appears to be the head guard hold up a torch, and you just hear the crowd go wild.
Edge looks away.
I'll keep looking.
And you see him light the stake, and it just engulfs her. And then, after a few moments of what you can see is Hestia convulsing and freaking out.
It's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, no, Edge isn't looking.
You see the flame around her get larger slowly and seem more crazy and chaotic. And then you see a flash, and the camera goes out.
Hestia, what happened?
She says nothing, but she has, like, tears falling down her eyes.
I'm just gonna give her a hug.
I'm
Because
gonna pat her hair.
fuzzy animals make everything better.
I'm gonna pat her hair.
It's cat therapy. It's therapy cat.
Well, I'm just glad you're okay.
She takes a deep breath.
You don't have to tell us about it now if you want to.
I'm still coming to terms with it, but the only reason I got out of that fire was because of Sierra.
Well, thank God for Sarah then. Indeed.
You notice there's a picture of Sierra.
Oh, look at Sarah!
Hestia is unnerved by this. Like baby Sierra or like fully grown Sierra?
Baby Sierra.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, you only see like the flash of. Yeah, that's correct. That makes sense.
Oh, I meant a file.
Hestia clicks on it.
It's same as before. It says Sierra at the top, a description of what she looks
My
like.
baby.
And all you see on this one though is Sierra and then your picture. And the same video.
Okay.
Okay.
Can Hestia look up Kala, the name of her grandmother?
Nothing.
Nothing. Raja?
Edge is going to look up her file.
Hestia just fucking slams her hands on this thing. If there's anything to slam her hands on, she
Edge
does
is going
it.
to look up her file, and I'm genuinely very curious about this because her whole, with the exception of her and the other like traders, like her family and her tribe is generally isolated, with the exception of going to town like every once in a while. So I'm gonna check that out.
Light on the Water's Edge appears as the name, a description of yourself, where you were born, and information on your ship.
God, role playing that gave me so much anxiety.
know.
A file that reads cargo listings that just has all of the cargo you have ever helped ship. And you see a picture of yourself, a picture of the party, a picture of all of your crew members.
Oh boy.
Do I see any of my family?
You see your grandfather.
Or was it my grandfather or my uncle?
It was your uncle.
Yeah, it's my uncle.
You see your uncle.
Okay.
And you
Actually,
see,
it's probably better that Kala and Fraser aren't in this picture. But anyways.
you see the similar videos that contain the party of your time here. And you see a lot more videos that appear to be of the docks.
Okay, those make sense. I'm okay with those. I don't see any of the island.
Nope.
Okay.
Any recent videos of the dogs?
When she arrived.
Hey, well, I guess we didn't really get there.
Out of curiosity, I am going to, if y'all are okay with it, I am going to click on my uncle's picture.
Y'all just had to watch Hestia burn at the stake, so yeah.
Yeah, she's just curious. Hold on a second while I look up my uncle's name. What the fuck was his name? He literally never came up once in Spark of Life.
Spark of Light.
Spark of Life, Spark.
So Spark of Light comes up as the name. A description of what he looked like. A description of where he was born. A description of what he's done. Name of his ship. A description of all the cargo he's ever shipped. A picture of him. A picture of his crew. Your crew. You. And then you see several videos.
Docs.
From the docs.
Does it have his? I'd imagine it would have like his death and stuff on there as well.
Where did that happen?
That happened shortly after Edge's first voyage with the Cat's Cradle, with a ship with her own commission, her own job that wasn't on a family ship with her uncle. He gave her the star badge that she wears. That was his lucky charm, and almost immediately afterwards, his ship sank. Like the very next voyage, his ship sank.
Yeah, it has his death date on there.
Okay.
Is there anything about Queen Tilda's scepter? Can Hestia look that up? Aside from
You
the
can look up
We're
Queen
totally
Tilda's.
using. We're just.
Question.
We
so
are
weird.
abusing the fuck out of this. I love
This
it.
is so
I
weird.
love
I
it.
love this, but I
Yes.
hate this.
I do have a question.
So-
When my information came up, it was just basic information. There wasn't anything else on it. Like, I'm just out of curiosity to see how much is known there.
Yeah.
Just basic.
Oh wow! I
Basic.
just realized like
Cool.
Neelio and Edge just had to like sit through that. Like Ashdy heard it from Hestia, but they just watched that happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did notice that the man you killed before you left was also pictured there.
Wait.
Can I do a quick
Backtrack.
rewind?
What did you say? Sorry.
Was there more information about him on there?
It simply named him and said that he was the prince of the Emirian king.
Oh
Maris would recognize. Maris had heard.
You would totally recognize him.
She would heard this. She's gonna give just a slow look to Melio.
no! I love how you said Maris instead of Edge.
Oh my God, you're right.
I didn't. Emilio didn't know that he was a prince. She just knew that he was.
Melio, I knew who he was.
Oh no, guys!
What have we done? What did you do?
Killed an asshole thinking he was nobody, but a rich jerk from a different people.
Melio,
How do
I
you
knew
feel?
who he was.
Yes, well, I lived on a traveling band of
Criminals?
simple folk. No, not criminals.
Oh.
We were just
Yeah, you
Travelers.
notice the death date is about 3 years ago.
might have some issues.
Hmm.
So
That's
about,
an understatement.
about how far did this take place from Edge's clan?
Several islands away.
Okay. So we might be okay if we go back to my place. But you might not be.
So long as we're not in the area of what's the tribe called again?
Emiria.
So long as we're not in the islands of the Emiria, we should be
I
fine.
think we're pretty far. I was on the Kane, so.
It's
I was on the
cozy,
island
right?
Kane.
That's cozy.
That's cozy.
That's
Yeah, that's
cozy.
where my people are cozy usually.
So that's it shouldn't be too bad, right?
Okay. Well,
Who knows?
who knows? The last thing I would like to look for,
Mhm.
at least for me, is information on Lunar.
So Lunar appears. Description of what Lunar looks like.
Demon everybody.
Details on Averborns as well. You notice that in what should be background in place of birth, there are just question marks. You see a picture of Lunar, a picture of the people associated with her, with them, which is just you guys, and no videos.
Okay. And then last, Sanguine in this. I'm just curious on our party members.
Also, did we ever look up Queen Tilda's sector? I don't remember.
I don't think.
Oh,
I
no,
think
we
we wanted
didn't.
to look up Queen Tilda's sector.
Yeah.
We should probably also look up Mummy Lords and Doppelgangers.
Oh yeah,
That's it, yeah.
doppelgangers.
Sorry.
So,
Words.
oh no, please abuse it to your heart's content, because I'm not going to tell you everything.
Cool. Sanguine?
Yeah, it tells you she's a vampire, gives a full name, place of birth, etc., etc. Picture of her, picture of you guys, picture of her family tree. And nobody else.
These were the previous members of our party. Who knows what they've done at this point?
I wonder if they're okay.
Probably. We'll stumble upon them if we do. Queen
So-
Tilda section?
Yeah, Queen Tilda Sector, Mummy Lords, Doppelgangers, and Marvin.
Yeah. So, when
QTS.
you type in Queen Tilda's province, instead of a profile like you had been getting before, a map of Queen Tilda's province appears with information all over it on the sides.
Anything noteworthy that we should, aside from the fact that Hestia learned from the bartender that the witch hunts only got worse over the course of time. Since her incident, after the town recovered.
There is a file that just says the Scourges, which is a list of every year, and every single year has a description of who or what Queen Tilda decided to go after.
Oh, God, I hate that. I don't like that at all.
That was a bitch of a province to live in.
You have no idea.
During your year, Hestia, it just says magic.
Nothing else. Do we have a year on that? So I can fill it in for my purposes.
We figured it out. It should be in.
Because we said that. What did we say? Did we say it happened in her teens or in her? I think we said it happened in her teens, right?
Yeah, something like that. It should be listed in Discord.
That's fine.
So, it also gives you list of major cities. Well, mostly just the capital, which you can see is a massive castle city.
Any pictures of Queen Tilda? What she looks like? Am I asking for too much? I'm sorry.
No, I just didn't prepare that yet.
She looks like a bitch!
Well, Hestia surely knows what she looks like.
There's a picture of her. And she looks like, real life equivalent. She looks like Queen Victoria if she had stark black hair.
Ooh.
That was not kept up. It was long flowing.
She pretty much looked like a witch.
Oh, she looked evil.
That too. I don't know why my first association with that. I don't know if you've seen like the concept art for Elsa, but a lot of concept art Elsa had dark hair, and she was originally supposed to be evil.
Yeah.
Like evil.
Like what the book is what it's based off of.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, that's what you find on Queen Tilda's province.
Okay. Cool.
You find a few notes talking about the everlasting forests, etc., etc.
Ooh. I mean, obviously that's part of Hestia's past, but she doesn't.
You know plenty of it.
Cool.
Mila, you know some of it. Basically, it's a forest that no matter how much you cut down, it always comes back.
Nice.
Cool.
So kind of like the Feywild.
Interesting
Well,
because
The Feywild is just you can't cut it.
Oh, fantastic. I used to be in the Feywild for a bit. You know.
Ooh. Sorry, I just had like a character epiphany, like going out of this, I guess. Like, if we take into consideration like her Hestia's past, but she like got taken like under her grandmother's wing, so I assume that she was somewhere in that forest. Hypothetically, it's fine.
We'll talk about it.
It's fine. Okay, cool.
So what else? What next?
Doppelgangers and Mummy Lords. If there's, just let us know if there's any new information or.
On Mummy Lords, nothing new.
Okay, great.
I mean, you have a list of mummies from Province of Phil. With
Active ones?
nope,
Okay.
just a list of any they have on record.
Okay.
No locations or anything, just names.
Okay.
Doppelgangers.
Do we recognize the one that G had?
There's your feet.
What just happened?
There's
You cut out.
there's your feet.
Oh well. I think you got the idea of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we
So-
got visuals are nice.
Yes. So you can just
Yep, perfect.
Excuse me.
I'll cut out on the side when it comes back. So, where was my train of thought? Right, doppelgangers. You do not find any new information on doppelgangers.
Okay. Is there a list of perhaps suspected doppelgangers, like people we might think these people are nothing like that? Okay.
Nope.
All right. I guess the only thing I can think of left to search
Well, I mean,
is
the only reason that they're not
Marvin!
popping up naturally.
Marvin.
Okay.
Oh well, what was?
Well, naturally, I mean, looking it up is,
Yeah.
I mean, redundant because they take on the shape of anybody else who
Yeah.
has since died. So
Figured it was worth a
we
shot.
need to keep a mental list of who we kill because it could be anybody, not just the big boys.
So we are going to look up Marvin for shits and giggles.
So you look up Marvin,
The Enchantment.
and you see a description of him.
Mm-hmm.
You see a description of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
You on place of birth, it just says, I think he has one.
It's like somebody Wikipedia that entry.
Oh yeah, you probably would have noticed by now, or probably figured out that the histories are written as they go.
Yeah.
So,
We're looking for any connections to Sheila.
yeah. So you see, more of his description, and there's a list of all of his shop locations.
How many are there?
A lot.
Oh.
From
Quite
just
well
a brief view of his shop locations, you see sectors 1 through 8. You see Queen Tilda. You see Province of Phil. You see Province of Hyler Cunningham. You see Province of Baron von Thomas. You see multiple locations in the Glaucos Archipelago.
Oh my god.
You see the Western Continent. You
Guys,
see,
I think we just found our teleporter.
You see an entire.
We better make good friends with this
You
person.
see an entire
Actually,
folder
already did.
that is just. You see an entire folder that's just called the Fractured Half, which has its own list of locations. You see one that's called the North or the Scandi region with its own list of locations. You see one called the Western Continent with its own list of locations.
Guys, we just found fast travel.
So
But
we don't
ship
even-
travel is so fun.
Yeah.
You do love the ocean.
I do.
Yeah.
So
No,
do you.
yeah. It's ship travel is fun, but if we need to get
Hey,
somewhere
listen.
quickly in a hurry.
Honest, I mean, I can put some good word and some.
Yep.
They're not your best, most clean sailors, but
I mean, Ashdy and I both have access to ships.
and I can always get a message across, and I can get it done,
There we go.
no matter where we are. So.
Yeah, it's if you can get a message, like if we can, Edge keeps tabs on where her crew is at any time, so all we have to do is pop over there and we got our boat. But
Always make friends, you guys.
oh yeah. So what does it say about Sheila? Is this medicating
It
too much, or
has-
does it not?
Is there a file for her at all?
It has a picture of Marvin.
Okay.
It has a picture of the party.
Okay.
It has a picture of every customer he's ever had.
Ooh.
Do we see the dragon call?
There-
Ooh, yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Not that you know.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not naturally they'd be. It's fine.
That's another thing we should look up is dragon call.
You
Ooh, yeah.
see a picture of a stark black-haired, beautiful, gorgeous woman, and underneath the name it says Sheila.
Does there say any connection?
Does she have all the connections of the people she
It
slept with?
simply lists her in the combination of people that are associated with in some way.
Is Ashdy in that list?
Ashdy's in that list.
Oh.
But it doesn't say what the relation is.
Doesn't say what the
No video?
Can we
No
click
daughter,
it in?
father.
Can we zoom in on that? We're just big snoops at this point.
So you click on Sheila's name.
Mhm.
And
Ashley is missing out on so much of this.
He's missing out on our Wikipedia wormhole. Because
Yeah.
that's what
Alright,
this is.
You see.
Do we have a time limit? I feel like we've been here for quite some time.
Who knows?
Alright, DM, continue, please.
Sorry.
Maybe if you double check on things, who knows? So, hint, hint. Anyways, you go to Sheila's name, and it lists Sheila's name. It's just Sheila. It has her description. It has a list of all of the people and creatures she has been with.
This is a lot of information I did not ask for.
There's a list of magazines she has been in. There's a picture of Sheila, a picture of Ashdy, and then a picture of a lot of other people.
Is there anyone we recognize besides Ashdy and Marvin?
You recognize the thief from the very second session.
The little scoundrel.
You also recognize
Krillic?
Krillic.
Sheila, how could you? Sheila has no standards. She's a bit of a whore. You could say.
Listen. You have to make money somehow.
Who's Krillic?
Don't judge.
He's a very bad bard.
We hate him.
He's awful and really bad at being a bard.
Really terrible.
Really
honestly,
annoying.
I don't know how she even got within 5 feet of him or vice versa.
He's a vomit.
Also, Krillic is known, so he talks like this!
Oh, God.
I'm Krillic, the best bard!
Okay.
No, okay, we're done with
Okay.
that.
Yep.
Does anyone else have anything else they need to research for? Because I have 2 last things.
Oh, there are many, 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 many videos of Sheila, by the way.
Okay. Please.
Are they safe
if
for
it's
work?
porn, I don't want to see it.
The most recent video shows the outside of the shop you left in Datra's sector as she leaves.
She wasn't in the shop when we were there, was she?
No, I didn't see a woman at all.
Well,
I mean, she must have a great sense of stealth.
that's
there's
what
a
we
second
just-
floor. Maybe she was up there and we just didn't.
Probably.
It's,
I mean, she's probably a relative of his, considering that she's always around that area.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
she has matters to tend to. No dirt on her.
I hope she's not like a consort.
If she is,
Well,
that's not a.
We cannot judge a woman for her
No, no.
actions. I just hope she's okay.
Do you remember who
She
you're
doesn't
talking
have
to?
AIDS.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
I know.
remember who you're talking to?
I know.
The second sluttiest woman in town.
Oh my goodness, Edge. All right, the last 2 things I'd like to look up.
I just have higher standards. It's called boobs.
I would first like to look up.
You notice quite a lot of women.
But I noticed quite a lot of men too. Quietly judging her for that.
And
No, I'm not. She's not judging her for that.
Quite a lot of, there's a bugbear on there.
Oh,
Okay,
My
that gets
God.
judgment. Well,
That's disgusting.
that's not necessarily true. I slept.
You
with
know,
her. That's,
It is not everybody's cup of tea. We've done certainly a lot worse, I'm sure. And
murdered.
Will-
We've done a lot of murdering.
I would not talk about that here because.
Oh, that's true.
Mhm.
yeah.
I would like to look up Father Cutter.
Okay?
We're just kidding. I kind of want to look up Timmy now.
Oh no.
So you don't see the name, you don't see Father, you just see Cutter. A description of what he looks like, and the list of all the jobs he's ever had.
Oh boy. Current.
His current job is the oh my god, what is it? Butler in Berryman sector.
Guys, it was him.
Hmm?
This is the cultist that ripped out Rick's eyes.
Oh, good to know.
And lastly, I would like to look up actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
No, please,
No.
can we? No.
So he's called the Cannibal.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see him again.
You look up the Cannibal.
Hmm.
You see no picture but a name. And you see no associated persons. And you see only one video. And all of the descriptions of him are just, there's no description, it's just sightings.
What's the video?
The video appears to be a forest at night.
Does it look familiar?
No. And it appears that, unlike the other cameras, this camera is moving.
Oh no.
And you hear breathing.
Oh no.
He's walking, and you see a dark shape, darker than the darkness, loom very quickly between trees. And a couple seconds later, the camera falls to the ground.
Oh no.
And soon after, the video stops.
We might have released this thing out into the world, and we might see it again.
What the fuck is that?
A cannibal, and I don't quite think he can be killed. So keep your eyes peeled.
Before he peels them for you.
Pretty much.
And then consumes
He also
them,
bits-
and then becomes them.
That's a doppelganger.
They do the same thing.
No.
Did you
No.
forget that they're also cannibals?
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf is
was
a
she
cannibal
there?
for
God damn it.
cannibalism's sake.
Was she there when we encountered Shia LaBeouf?
She left as you were entering the dungeon.
Oh, yeah. So that was the day you left.
Oh, God.
We went into the dungeon. Found this thing that was being experimented on by Father Cutler.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, I fell into the
Computer.
abyss.
Computer.
And, well, turned out we found a cannibal that can't be killed by anything. His name is Shia LaBeouf, apparently.
His name's the cannibal.
The cannibal.
We call him Shia for fun.
That's what we think was on his plate. And, yeah, we released it into the world, and he bit a vampire, so if that tells you how much of a nut job this thing is.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I've had characters do that before.
Alright, guys. Now what?
Well, I mean, unless we want to look up more information on the dragon cultists, which we can do, but I'm not sure.
I don't
think we need to do
I
that.
don't feel like we need to do that.
I mean, we
I
have
have a feeling
access to
it's
this
going to
place.
come
We
up
can
later.
do it again. I'm going to real quick flip back to one of our pages, just any of them, and click on the most recent video.
Which one?
Anything involving us? Is what
Anything
you mean?
involving us. Any of us three.
That's a lot of them. That's most of the things you've clicked on.
The most recent.
Well, no, I want to click on the most recent video of us, of one of our pages. Click on the most recent video of us.
So, like, Hestia. Like, let's look
Yeah.
at Hestia again, for example.
If I go to Hestia's page and see what the most recent video is.
It's you walking to the lectern in the room you're in.
We should go.
You should go. I want to see the most recent video of Ashdy.
Oh,
I'm
fun.
concerned. What have we done?
The most recent video of Ashdy
Oh, God.
No.
shows him in an alleyway,
Oh no.
drunkenly singing in a dumpster. As Sierra sits next to him, shaking her head.
Worth it?
Worth it.
Hestia falls to the ground.
How long have we been on this Wikipedia binge?
Probably hour and a half.
Let's go back. I actually want to get that heart back from Ashdy.
Yeah, let's head out. Let's go find Ashdy, guys.
Perception checks.
Oh,
no. A 7.
21.
I'm going to say that Hestia is very distraught from the video she just had to watch of herself again. So she...
Okay,
She's
I'll
out.
I'll roll this one for now. I'll find my D20 in a second, but I'll roll this one for now. Perception, 18.
18.
21.
So, Amelia, as you guys are finishing up looking at the quote Wikipedia, you hear the elevator door shut.
I turn around.
There's no one there.
Amelia, what's wrong?
Someone's in here, but we can't see him.
I'm gonna turn back to the lectern.
I'm going
I'm
to
typing
set
in
myself
Brown's-
on fire.
Typing in Brown's name.
Okay.
I would
Most
like to
recent
cast.
There are a few new videos.
Where are they?
I'm going to scream my head off.
One shows him walking into the HQ building and walking to the elevators.
Behind us?
Behind us.
Just to the elevator.
To the elevators.
I'm gonna search up video records of this room
Insight check. Insight. No. Perception. No. Okay.
I want to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Safety measures, man.
The single most recent video of Brown is him in the elevator, stepping into it from the room you're in.
Perception check. There it is.
So he's
I
not
found
in
it. It was a 16.
So he was not in the room with us. He had just left. Like
This is the most recent video.
What's the timestamp on it? Like what's the
after
few
I heard.
seconds ago? Are we in the room with him?
A few seconds ago.
So pretty much.
Hey guys,
Sorry,
guess what?
this is for my understanding.
Yes.
So is he in the room with us, or did he walk
He
out?
walked into the
Hey
elevator.
guys, guess who's fucking taking C invisibility?
There is no video of him stepping into the room. Only of him leaving it. A couple seconds ago.
I run towards the elevator. I'm gonna click on the button.
Use the key
The
card.
elevator door is open.
I run into the elevator
Mm-hmm.
While invisible.
while I'm visible. But I do my message and I say I'm going into the elevator.
You have a key card, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Click it.
He's not in the elevator.
Nope.
Can she sense him?
Nope. You're going downstairs.
God damn it.
I get downstairs.
You
Do it.
exit out into the lobby.
Is he there? Can I do a perception check?
Your perception.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick while this is happening. I know this is a super intense moment, but I got to.
22.
22. Despite how blindingly bright it is in this sector, just outside the doors, you see a small, brief flash of light.
He just disappears. I do message again and I say he just disappeared.
You're too far away.
Oh fuck. He's gone. I walk outside to the doors.
And he's gone.
You know what I'm saying?
I go back up to the library where they are.
Did you find him?
He disappeared. He disappeared in a flash of light again.
Holy fuck.
I would like to look up again Brown's name to see where he is at now. If we can find him.
Again, the most recent video is now him walking out of the elevators downstairs.
He's gone. Let's find Ashdy.
We have to get him.
We have to get that heart. Alright. We are running.
Assuming we're dragging Edge with us as well.
Yeah, we're running towards the Enchantress. Oh god. Enchantment.
Enchantress.
Oh boy.
Yep.
We run towards the Enchantment. Tell him it's an emergency that we need to go back to Jack's sector to find Ashdy.
Yeah, he's... What can I do?
It's an emergency. We need to go back to Jack's sector.
We need to go.
We got to find our
Now.
friend.
Oh, yeah. Just give me a second. Just come on.
Alright. We all walk in.
Shuts the door.
Yes. Quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like you need better glasses.
The doors, he has none. The windows...
I feel like you need glasses.
The windows go black again, and then pop back up a second later, and to the natural light of the people's sector.
I run out of the shop.
Mhm.
Can you contact Sierra? Can you find out where she is?
Yes.
Where is he?
Where are they?
I'm trying to decide.
Oh no. Oh no. Shit.
So Ashdy's
Let's
in
see.
danger. Is that what I'm hearing?
If Ashdy got stupidly drunk off his ass
Where would he be?
and was left to his own devices
With Sierra.
where would he go?
Brothel.
With Sierra?
Tavern.
He would have wandered to the shiniest thing. He would have gotten on a ship.
No.
A familiar ship.
The Dragon's Queen?
Good old Plum.
Oh, okay. Plum ship.
And he would have traveled.
Can I get? Is there any way for me to get in contact with Plum?
Is Sarah messaging you, I assume? Considering the connection you have to Sarah, you can probably, at least send a little like, hey, talk to me.
Yeah.
Sierra tell you where they're at. They're in Gideon sector.
Oh.
So, are there any ships that we know of?
Let's just
okay, so where are we right now?
Shopkeep again. He can take us to Gideon's section the fastest at this point.
Yes. Can you take us to Gideon's?
I'm sorry, it's an emergency. We gotta find Ashdy.
Ashdy's
She's in danger.
We're concerned about.
Ashdy's in danger. Let's not mince words about it.
He looks at a clock on the wall. Oh. No, sorry, I'm a little strapped for time.
We'll pay you extra. We'll do it ourselves. We need to find him. He is in danger. He's got very dangerous people after him. He's drunk off his ass. He's not gonna make it.
And he's with my bird.
Please.
How much?
How much are you asking?
I'll give you 100 gold.
Deal.
Oh, okay.
All right, that was easy.
Easy enough.
He does this thing. Windows go black. They come back up to slightly dimmer light. Cooler light. And he opens the door for you.
We're gonna rush out.
We rush out, trying to locate Ashdy.
Sierra and Hestia is asking Sierra again, hey, what's the deal? We're here. We're in the section. We're in the sector.
I don't like the fact that you just closed your laptop.
Oh no.
That was a good session, guys.
Is this No!
I knew this was coming too.
No!
I knew this was coming.
Really?
We probably just blew out the mic on that thing.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of The 8. If you enjoyed it, please drop us a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And remember, there's always a seat available at our table. We'll see you next time.